right, here we are, and welcome to our 16th episode of the Chronicles of Telmora campaign. In case you didn't notice, there was not an episode posted for episode 15. It's because my sound didn't work, so I filmed the whole thing, and there is nary a sound on anything. I tested my sound this week. I can see that my external mic is working, and I saw that my headphones were working earlier, so
Coolers on screen?
yeah, it's working right now. The bars are working right now, so we shall see. But unfortunately, you don't get to know what happened in episode 15. Everyone survived
I'll stop.
so far. Ned did not kill Fractal. There was no fighting amongst the party.
Boo! Fuck Fractal! Fuck that guy!
Tell them the big thing that happened last session. The one on the map.
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting to that. I was just starting at, because where the last place the people in the video saw was everybody going, ooh, Ned's probably gonna kill Fractal. So just reassuring people that didn't happen. They went out, the party went out to fight something or go find the missing blacksmith from the town of Isolon. And in the cave where they realized that the blacksmith had gone in smithing for some rare materials, they found this lovely beast right here called the Reverse Medusa. Thank you again to Gnome Ann or Ann the Gnome on both TikTok and Coffee. I've recently learned it's pronounced coffee and not Ko-Fi, so I hate that.
Oh, honey.
But thank you to Gnome Ann and the Gnome on both of those platforms for statting out the Reverse Medusa. I amped it up a little bit, but I greatly enjoyed using that. Whether or not my players did, oh well, I thought it was hilarious. They kicked its ass wonderfully, very proud of them. And now, here we are. So, I'll do a quick little intro of everybody that's here tonight, and then we'll jump right in. So, we have Bellum Calloway, played by Connor.
What was that about Asmodeus? What photo, Fractal? I'm calling it back to yesterday.
Oh, that's a deep cut. Wow, we have Kagaz, played by Shane.
Beats me why you want to take a look at it again.
We have Fractal the Grafter, played by Pyro.
I did not put the penis on that goat man.
And we have Sootha the Half-Light, played by Nito.
Oh.
Oh god.
His audio is having a little trouble.
Yeah, Nito, your audio is... What?
The horsecock's got him.
I got nothing. Yeah. Stunned silence.
Stunned silence. Yeah, that was a lot that I wasn't expecting. So, on that note, here we are, jumping right into having just killed the Reverse Medusa. It is dead. It lies dead before you. Ned is guarding the door. What would you like to do?
Like to see if are any of the bodies on top of this thing's head salvageable. Because I remember the one swinging at him the most was the guy with a giant axe.
That's very true. Kagaz, were you trying to just chop them off of the head or cut them down like you would a regular enemy?
I'd say the first few during the Axton Surge were probably cut down and then chopped off the other ones because.
I don't know if I got
I'll drop web.
One of them was definitely still there and untouched entirely, because you only killed 4 of the 5 hairs by the time the Reverse Medusa got killed. So 3 of them are going to be kind of iffy. One of them was cut off at the feet, and the other one is still attached to the head.
Which I also cut off. I cut off that head.
Yes, you did.
Go ahead.
I would say if they do have the capacity to be raised, the ones I obliterated could maybe be skeletons, and then the other ones that I didn't could be zombos.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so you could get 3 skeletons or other various part undead, and then the other 2 could be full body whatevers.
Well, okay.
What is my HP?
I was wondering about that.
I'm gonna... Hey, what's up?
This my max was from Sootha giving a buff, and then I think I was at 79.
Do you not just put the plus whatever the 8 is next to the max?
I do. I'm saying my current health was even fucked up. It
Oh,
said 83 minus 4.
Weird.
God, what is this direction?
It's basically like a smaller little chamber where the Reverse Medusa slept.
Okay, so you
I'd
said
like
it
to
was-
look around there for any loot, treasure, items of interest,
Make me an
bones,
investigation check,
family photos,
because it's the one thing you can't replace.
guide it, whip out the all-purpose tool, switch modes, switch it to guidance, give myself guidance for 8 hours, give myself guidance for this check, and then investigation. 27.
There's a lot of shed skin. Very
Okay.
much a lot of shed skin. There's some bones you gather that were from meals.
No eggs.
No eggs.
Okay. Check. Pulls out a small clipboard. Check 1. All right. Anything else of interest in the chamber? At all? In this little chamber, that is.
No, not really anything of interest in the little chamber.
Then after clearing it, Bellum's gonna walk back out. I'm assuming probably running into somebody walking towards his direction. Go. Nothing but a nesting ground back there. When we get done, we'll be sure to, cave this in so nothing else moves in and decides to be the new monster of the week.
Hey, you
I
definitely know
think
how to do
I've got a few spells who can do that. Stairs and
Yeah.
4 damage.
You definitely know how to do that.
I'll wait till I get to the entrance first, though. So, have y'all found anything interesting in this chamber? He points around.
Fractals just
I'm assuming there also that investigation check included that there weren't any new ores in the walls. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in,
the
Pyro.
small
But
chamber, no.
okay, sorry, I
'Cause
just had to.
the investigation was specifically for the smaller chamber.
Right. Sorry, I just had to make sure. Continue, Pyro.
No, there was nothing like that in the small chamber.
Fractal is
Fractal is directing his Wendigo creature to pick up the bodies.
neat.
You might have to the second one that is a full body. You're going to have to remove from the cutoff head because that one didn't get detached. So one of the full bodies is detached. The other 3 kind of cut up, honed down bodies are detached, and then the 5th one is still attached to the head that Kagaz already decapitated from the body.
Easily detached.
There you go.
Just yeah.
If
So,
you have any
I've
sort
got-
of bladed weapon, you just cut through the single foot, attaching it to the head.
Well, I kind of what I do is I take a little bit one of my skinning knives, and I kind of just pry it off there, so there's
That-
just no skin on the bottom of the foot.
Yeah, that would be a bladed weapon, cutting it off. Yeah, that would work.
Detect magic.
On
Just
within
me.
30 feet of you.
You're just walking around the room, investigating the large room now for magical
Okay.
items
Magic
and ores.
items, no. But, both of these deposits register as magical. There's not really like a
let's see.
school, but they both register as magical. Because it's less
I
of
take
a
out-
spell being cast and more of just like, they have magic.
I take out my all-purpose tool, which was set to a flashlight before. Click, click, click. It's just a tiny little pickaxe extension. The way it looks is it just looks like almost like a large Swiss Army knife handle.
It's just
And when he
like-
switches it, the out tool, it has one out, and when it goes in, the one that's out goes to the right, clockwise, and the new one comes out to the left. But it is like seemingly infinite space and attachments. No matter how many he keeps changing, and it'll just keep changing forms. And so he gets a little bitty pickaxe and gets a small sample of each of the 2 samples, and I would like to try and identify what they are.
Okay. Do you have identify?
I don't, but I was hoping I can make a nature check.
Yeah, nature or survival, whichever you prefer. Which one are you doing
I'll
first?
go with-
blue or purple?
And I'll go with blue, given...
Blue.
Sure, blue.
Okay.
Guidance. Click, click, click. The
13,
gemstone lens.
Okay,
26.
26. So as you are looking at that, you you gather based on the list that you had gathered earlier that this is necrotite.
Necrosite?
Necrotite.
Necrotite. Gotcha.
Type that in chat. Necrotite. It also gives up a little bit of a phosphorescent blue mist. You gather with your nature check, because I don't know how much of this would be like things you would know, but you know for certain that it is necrotite, so you could go look that up in like.
I did do a lot of. I got a natural 20 for a total of like 27 or something high to identify and be fully versed in what the materials we could be running into, the signs to look
whether
for
or not
them,
you know
etc.
what they do is different.
I've got an inkling on necrotite, but you did also tell me what each of them did. Like, I remember the one that was, I don't remember the name of it specifically, but you told me the one that is immune to magic, like
Yes, it
repels
was
it, like
that.
oil and
I
water.
don't think I gave specifics on necrotite, but you know for certain it is necrotite, so if you wanted to go look that up in like a book or fiddle around with it.
Okay.
Specifics, but just from looking at it, you wouldn't get a specific of like mechanically what it could do.
Okay. I
Not
thought I had
with a
read
nature check.
the things on it, and I just said, consider him knowing them for when I asked.
If
But
you wrote it down,
well, I didn't write down that he knew all these somewhere, but
unfortunate.
I can make another check. I'm intelligent.
Yeah,
What's the worst that could happen?
But also, you don't have to make a check to look it up by name in a book.
Yeah.
You could just go to a library
and then
be like, "Hey, I need to look up books on rocks." And go.
I will fan over Fractal while his Wendigos.
Oh, if you still, I'll give you that. With detect magic up, it gives off necromancy energy. There we go.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
can give you because that's an actual spell. Because if you had identified, then that would give you exactly what it does.
Right. Unless it's the magic repulsing one, but then you would know because it wouldn't have anything.
It would be nothing.
That is an interesting thing. If the magic repelling one was in here, it wouldn't appear under detect magic.
Probably.
I don't spot any, do I? Was it 27 earlier?
No.
Okay. The thought occurred to me. I was like, okay, too. I was like, wait a minute. It's under the radar.
I will. So I will. 27 was for the small chamber.
Oh, sorry. The 26 was for this one. No, that was the identify this one. You're right. I'll do a check at another investigation in a minute. So I'll flag, whoosh, restart, back to square one. I will flag over Fractal. There we go. While his Wendigo spirit is removing corpses, and I'll hand him the chunk of necrotite, and then info dump. You just basically see like the world's longest iMessage text. It's got .001 size font, just floats over to him. Actually, Bone's a nerd. He takes out one of his little hologram things, sets it to a written description of everything he was going to say, hands it to Fractal, says, "This is what this does." Hands him the hologram with the note and the piece, and then goes to identify the other one.
Guy, Connor, I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading my abilities. I wasn't paying attention to your fucking thing.
Amazing.
I was reading necromancer abilities. We're like 20.
It's necromancer magic, necromancer material. It's coded in necromancy.
Alright,
and that we will work on extracting some. Here, read everything I know about it. Its formation, its history, its use. Shove. And then I will start identifying the purple.
Alright, so you get a little bit of the purple. Make me another nature check.
Sounds good.
You did the purple first, so this is the blue.
I did blue first, but we can say it was purple first.
You did purple first, this is blue. So yeah, with another 26, you identify that this is Firestone.
Ooh.
Which you remember from Firestone that it's used as fuel. And a little goes a long way.
I cut my gauntlet like a pestle, or which one's the bowl and the mortar and pestle?
The pestle is the bowl, the mortar is the stick.
Okay, I cut my hand like a pestle. Multi-purpose tool becomes the mortar. Crush it into a powder for a second, and then just see what happens when it's in a fine powder, as best I can get it.
Oh no, the mortar is the cup and the pestle is the stick.
Okay. So once I have it in a fine powder, I'm going to see how combustible it is just by pressing on it and then hitting it with a bit of magic. If it doesn't explode from that.
Well, as you are crushing it in your hand, it starts to burn.
Blue fire?
No, it turns red as you're crushing it.
Okay.
Make me a dexterity saving throw to dump it out of your hand before it burns you.
Valid.
No.
I don't have guidance, or,
No, you
I'm still
don't.
blessed. No, I'm not blessed anymore. I
You
would have
take
run
3
out.
points of fire damage.
It goes right into my temporary HP. Just, yeah. I drop the chunk. Highly volatile. Be careful around the blue stones.
You gather that blue is what it is when it's dormant.
Mhm.
Then as it activates, it turns red.
Bellum, as he mid-sentence stops and thinks, has a little, like, cheapy animation of a cave-in causing all the pressure to hit these rocks. Yeah. And then comical boom, boom, boom. Be very careful about shaking the chamber at the moment.
Well, it didn't explode. It just burned like a fire.
Yeah. So he's seeing a thing that easily combusts and in small amounts makes a fire. If you have an ore vein of it that all burns up at once, it expands. So he is going to. Can I make a pickaxe with the all-purpose tool?
You already made a pickaxe with the all-purpose tool.
I made a teeny one for like prospecting. Can I make a full one?
Hold on.
You can make where is it? I can also, if I need to, use the right tool for a job to make what you would consider a miner's kit
What
or
are
whatever.
the specifics of an all-purpose tool?
Simple screwdriver can transfer into a variety of tools as an action.
Tool.
Yeah. So that's why it said a little prospector pickaxe, because that's a thing an artisan would do, you know.
I'd say that would be mason's tools, yeah, because masonry is stone masonry, so yeah, that would work. Because mason's tools are an artisan's tools.
Click, 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 click. It extends out like 3 rungs to the bottom, 2 up to the top. Big pickaxe. He resists the urge to scream hi-ho as loud as he can.
Make me a wisdom save. Hey, close enough, yeah. It's fine. You don't scream it.
There's Oak's Words Echo. There's a time and a place. Bellum will call out to everybody who's doing their things that he's going to start extracting some of the firestone. And he's going to specifically try and taunt Cogas a little and be like, if you feel like you can handle this kind of labor, I'd appreciate some help. And then immediately turns around and braces to be absolutely punched in the back of the head. Actually, he'll put on his helmet with that as a quote-unquote, like, filter for the dust that'll be coming off.
So what's the thing you want to like?
He's basically taunting you. He's like, yeah, if you think you can help with this kind of thing. I don't know why I went southern.
Well,
but
what's the kind of thing? You're mining something?
Mining ore from the chamber.
So what check would that be?
Do you have any sort of tools for it, Kagas? Or are you just wanting to use, like,
I have smith's tools. That's about it.
Smith's tools would probably have a hammer. It would be a strength check, and it wouldn't be as, like, refined. It would just be breaking off big chunks, but yeah.
I don't have a thing yet where I'm expert in everything, do I?
Mining tools. Let's see in my inventory. I have a crowbar, and I have a regular hammer, and then I have the smith's tools.
You know what? With the crowbar and the regular hammer, you could use that as like a hammer and chisel.
Where is...
It would still be a strength check, because that's your main stat anyway, so...
And if I'm making a mason's tools check, what would I make?
Alright.
Masonry
Big Kagas.
Okay.
But it's your proficiency.
Big Kagas just shoves you out of the way. Yeah, whatever.
Did you not want a pickaxe? I don't have any more.
I got something right here. Just spins a hammer in his hand.
It is an impressive hammer span.
Since he's big man, this will be an advantage. A strength check?
Yeah. Oh, yes! You carve out a nice big chunk, and it is very intact. Actually, looks like it's in very good shape.
I'm just seeing John Henry with the hammer. Like, if Kage doesn't bust his way through this thing, oh, I stay right. Might gonna be too far. I'm gonna be disappointed. We're 6th level, so I do have tool expertise. So I have expertise on this check because I'm using it through,
Yeah, your all-purpose tool that
yeah.
you're proficient with. Yes. Okay.
guidance for a total of 16.
Okay. Yours is not as pretty as Kagaz's, and it's not quite as big, but it is more. It's a bit deeper. Kagaz carves off like a big surface slab in a very nice, neat shape. Yours is a bit more of like I'm going in and I'm getting like really deep into the deposit or the vein or whatever the technical term for it is.
I start strip mining.
Sure.
Okay. So I start. How much Firestone do we get out of? I don't know how many veins are on here, but safe to say we stay. So we're not here running a check for every single pebble we find.
I'd say you could get about You can get about 10 pounds of Firestone.
Between both of us or just me?
Between the both of you.
Okay.
And then for the Necrotite...
You want another check on extraction for that
one? Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds a bit more delicate.
Mason's tools again. 18 total.
18?
Jesus.
Okay.
As soon as I set it to expertise, I start rolling like ass. Oh wait, it's also strength, so I'm not great.
Yeah.
Well, blast from the past.
Yeah.
No, there she is.
So with an 18, you get a good chunk of Necrotite. I'd say for the Necrotite, you get about a solid pound, but it looks like it was a very good chunk. Like it's right from the middle. It almost looks like when you look closer, there are like little veins that spread through it, and it looks like you cut perfectly around a vein.
Ooh. Gross, but befitting.
You gather that's probably where the power lives.
Yeah, and it's very fitting for a necromancy thing to have veins.
You're welcome.
In a vein. But
let me get a go on that.
All right, go ahead.
Before you do, I would like to cast Enhance Ability as I smack him on the back and say, "You got this." Boom! Hit him a little bit too hard in the lower back and give him advantage on his strength check.
Yeah, at that height, I think you
I had advantage on my strength check.
Your grow only lasts for like a minute, doesn't it?
It
I
does.
used another one.
Oh.
So
Extracting this takes more than a minute, surely.
Well, if he's using another one...
Okay.
Then it wasn't that the original one was for the first one, and this is for the second one.
Also, this is a smaller, more compact one, so would I use my Smith's tools for this one, or is it still just Hammer Town?
Up to you.
Because Smith's tools, I have expertise because of my
You
room.
can use your Smith's tools.
Let's rock. That's a 30, baby.
And again, he manages to get like a bigger chunk, and this one seems to have this is about 3 pounds. This one has like 3 different veins in it.
All right. So 10 pounds Firestone, 4 pounds Necrotite.
Yep.
I know I had to have bought bags and boxes and containers and shit.
Don't you have a bag of holding?
We do. I do. But like individual bags of like here, like the pat to separate them rather than just like, pour it in the combustible rock in the bottom. We're gonna pour in the oil.
Yeah, you have like different. Doesn't the bag of holding have different pockets?
No, it's usually just one big hole.
Is it really?
The
I'm thinking
Hewlett's
of the
handy haversack.
Haversack.
Yeah,
that's
that
what
one
I'm
has
thinking of.
ones, but this
That's
one
what I'm
I'll
thinking
bind
of.
them up. And Bellum, if anybody ever did climb into the bag, his things are, instead of just dropping them in, he very delicately will bend way over and set them gently where they need to go. If you were inside of it, it's basically got labeled stickers, except he has the label stickers memorized. He's like, okay, this is here and this is there.
Amazing.
But he very carefully sets the Firestone in the furthest from anything else he can, because boom.
Fair enough.
And then he's ready to go.
Is there
Closes the
anything
bag.
anyone else wants to do?
That little rock you got looks a little pitiful, doesn't it?
I don't know. You know what they say, Cogass?
What do they say?
He looks up at Giant U. But it's not the size of the rock, it's how you use it.
Is that what they say?
I think the size of the rock has something to do with it.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a miner.
Definitely matters when you're crushing somebody's fucking head with it.
True.
Oh, anyway,
Hang on.
I have a question for
Well,
God.
Good. Yes, I was just about to ask, Fractal, what are you and Sutha doing?
How much, since they were so very busy doing that for a while, how much does a full skeleton weigh? Minus the meat.
Full thing of human bones is probably about. See. I'm saying it's probably about
I'm not googling that.
10 pounds? No, 20 pounds.
What does
That was
it
my
average?
second guess.
Yeah, 20 pounds.
About 20 pounds.
Thank you for taking that machine. Good. I
No,
don't
it's
have
very
that
truly
much.
20 pounds, according to the Google.
No, I'm happy. I don't
he
have
just
that
doesn't
much-
want to be on fucking watch list.
Yeah. So
I'm already
yes.
there.
Yeah, and thank you very much. So while they're doing that, Fractal's just gonna go over to the corner. He's going to take out a fucking butcher cleaver from somewhere, and he's going to extract the bones from all 5 corpses.
He's going to debone the corpses, yes.
I'm going to debone them all. Yes.
But you want the bones and not the meat. Excellent choice.
I only want the bones.
Okay, you have the bones
Because-
of 5 humanoid corpses, so you have 100 pounds worth of bones.
I put them all in my fucking bag of holding.
You have 100 pounds of bones in your bag of holding.
Thank you. These things will weigh 500 pounds total, right?
Bag of
Yeah,
holding?
bag
Yeah,
of
it's
holding.
a lot.
All right. 5 skeletons of bones. 100
Specify
pounds.
humanoid for yourself.
No, wait, 5. That's 100. No, wait. There you're. My brain's progressing. Hang on.
Yeah, the bag can hold up to 500 pounds.
Yeah, I think 100. 100 pounds. Thank you. And you just turn on track, just covered in blood, and he just bursts into flames real quick, and now he's clean. Dry cleaning his foot, bitches.
I mean, technically, that
Hot
is
cleaning.
hot
No,
cleaning. Yeah, fair
dry.
enough.
This is dry. You're cleaning.
Dryer cleaning. Sutha, is there anything you would like to do in the cave before you leave? Nito?
No, your audio's still broken.
No, still going out. Dang.
Need hog.
Crackly audio.
Need hog.
Hello?
Aha!
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Much better.
It is warm in here, so it might be cutting in.
Ah.
Understandable.
Was there anything you wanted to do before you leave the cave?
Yeah, no.
No? Alright.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
If there's ever anything, just feel free to put it in the chat or DM it to me if you feel like we're not hearing you. Because I don't have stream remote on, so I'll see when stuff pops up. All right. Are we done in the cave?
We all are.
Way back to
when
the
he
entrance of the
finally
cave?
shrinks down, is gonna
I'm not done. with the cave.
drive his axe to the back of this thing's head so that he can carry it.
Easy enough. It's dead. It's not trying to get out of your way. And then Fractal, you
Oh.
said you are not done in the cave.
I will. No, I'm not.
What would you like to do in the cave, Fractal?
Well, I'll tell him I'm gonna go look for something in the mirror. I'll be up there real quick.
In the
I'm
small
assuming
nest
he's
room?
going after. I'm pretty sure he's going to the. I'm suggesting that he's probably going to get all the fucking bones down here.
I'm gonna look over here. I'm waiting until everyone's out of the cave. I'm just.
Does
And I-
everyone
and I-
leave the cave with him all the way in the back in the nesting room?
I have the Wendigo spirit follow them.
May I ask you, Pyro, to give me try and give a persuasion check against Bellum because he's worried about Ned slipping away and assassinating you at any given point. So he's not keen on leaving you alone.
If he manages to kill me, he has one entrance and one exit, and I need
Yeah.
to do something here in regard to the special thing that we don't need to be bringing out all the time in front of each other. Ting ting. He tings himself on the chest plate.
Oh.
Like, get up! Oh, sorry.
Hmm.
Get out!
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Well. Excuse me. God.
No.
Well. Puts his hand on his shoulder. Best of luck. If you need any help, just, holler.
This is for private research. And also, I'm the only one who doesn't have a heartbeat, so if something happens with that necromite over there, I'll be the one to walk out just fine. You don't have innate resistance against radiation, even though you are filled with tin.
I think I put some lead plates in here somewhere.
I think you should go.
Very clinky
Alright.
metal. Just let me know when you're ready to head out, and I'll, bring it low. Knuckles into the other palm.
Yeah.
Armor rattles. And
Alright.
Bellum understands that you're off to go do some weird necromancy shit, and he will try and keep an eye on Ned.
Ned is still at the entrance to the cave, kind
Yep.
of keeping an eye out.
Yeah, something tells me this is the time I should do it. No one else will interfere.
Kagaz and Sutha, do you leave him there?
Whatever, he's just got a bitch of Ardo.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Oh. Hang on. Messaging you with something, Liv.
Okay. Sutha, would you leave Fractal there?
It's not just stuff.
Nito, sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear it. Okay.
She's gonna stay.
She's gonna stay. Is she gonna try and hide? Because if she is, I would like a stealth check to, pretend like you're leaving and duck behind a pillar. Or is she just gonna stand there and be like, no, I'm not leaving. Okay. Just say not leaving. Okay.
My assistant may stay. She has a special pass, I guess.
Fair enough. Fractal,
Yes.
as you turn around, yeah, it would be lower than anything else. As you turn around to go, you hear the clattering of rock, and you turn just in time to see Bellum with no armor on, just kind of duck behind one of the columns, but staying in the cave.
I like to imagine that he's like kid style. He thinks he's hidden, but his ass is fully hanging out behind the rock.
Hanging out. Fully
Breck
hanging out. You're
doesn't
trying
even,
to stealth, but you're dummy thick, and the clap of your ass cheeks is alerting the robot.
Yeah.
Fractal just doesn't even look. And the Wendigo just like floats over and just picks you up.
Yeah. Oh.
And just starts like Jetson puttering away with you out towards the door.
Bellum just lets it happen, and the people at the end of the cave just hear the armor redawning sound as he
Sad
hops out of the
day.
mouth of it and sits there.
Yeah.
So
Alright,
Ned,
they're all gone
Kagaz,
except for Sutha.
and Bellum are all outside. Sutha and Fractal remain inside the cave.
Alright, the specter comes back to watch over me. Alright, now, said this thing was like a vein.
Yeah, it's
Right
over
here.
here, dear.
Where is it? No one else move the token, so I've only been looking over here. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna wander over here.
Back over there is the nesting area.
How many bones were there, by the way?
In
That
the
I can
nesting
assemble.
area?
That I
Nondescript.
can assemble into a full skeleton.
Not any that you can assemble into a full skeleton. They're like mismatched from meals.
Alright then. Alright. Was it?
There's
Yeah.
like a lot of foot bones and finger bones. You can tell what parts the snake
80%
did
sure I
really
can still
like to
make a
eat.
skeleton out of that, but it's fine.
Makes a breast man. Got it.
I'm going to start poking and prodding at the neck vein with my
Necrotite?
fingertips. At the death magic ore with
Okay.
my fingers. Anything interesting? And I'm gonna start like in intervals. I'm channeling magic into them,
Okay.
specifically necromantic magic. Just
I
a little bit of
assumed, but
affinity.
that's fair. Any specific kind of necromancy you'd channel into this?
That one's not prepared. This one is. I mean, I've only got the one that's not a cantrip for me. I'm gonna use the cantrip. I'm gonna just try.
Yeah.
Try to toll the dead. Just ding dong, ding dong.
Okay.
And a similar sound, if I had to say, is the you've all seen Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yes.
It's just Davy Jones' locket, but just like vocoded a little bit.
That's really weird because it's not like an attack spell, it's a save spell, and it's a save spell against a creature. So I'm trying to figure out how to describe it.
I'm just using I'm just channeling necrotic damage into it. Just do that.
With the sound of the bell, I think actually that will help a lot. So it almost sounds like the bell is the sound and it hums like a struck tuning fork. And
Okay,
it
so
hums
yeah, I'm
and
channeling into
vibrates
it
at the same frequency
as a
of your
frequency,
spell.
yes.
It almost makes it sound a bit clearer. The bell tone.
Interesting. I'm gonna bring Jeeves over.
Did you call him Jeeves?
I did.
Jesus.
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Ask
will
Jeeves
instruct it.
from
No, that's what he named his undead characters and creatures as Roy.
He only had like two.
We
So
had Jerry,
all
he had
two of them.
Jeeves. They had J names.
Jerry is a fire elemental. Don't have me.
Yeah.
All right, so
That
what
poor
does
bastard.
Jeeves do?
So, Jeeves is gonna start poking, prodding as well, and like slicing into the rock,
Okay.
seeing if he can extract some. By the way, every time he slashes, he does necrotic damage. So let's see if
Right,
that
I
does anything.
figured. So as he slices, you notice that it looks like it does more damage than you're expecting. It does a little bit more damage than it normally does. Not like a full doubling, but it definitely he seems to have more power that way.
Okay, how much can I get just like extracting this? Because I'm going to eventually like crush this into a powder. I feel like I've got an idea.
Okay, interesting. I'd say
Yeah,
you could, with precision,
yeah.
you could probably at maximum get another pound because you're not using power, you're using precision, which would give
Yeah.
you 5 pounds total, including the 4 that Bellum has.
I'm only counting mine. So a pound of necrotite
Yes.
in my bag. And then I have one more thing to do that I want to message you.
Okay.
Go.
Love all of the
Please.
secret messages. The whispers. None of you trust each other. It's hilarious.
I trust everyone implicitly.
Uh-huh. Sure, 7
You
stealth.
see, I don't need to not trust any of you because most likely, other than Sutha, I could kill
Okay.
you guys.
Be
All right.
happy to test that.
What's your low stat again?
Are
Oh,
you
stat again? Charisma? You gonna banish me?
Fractal?
And
Are you worried about anyone in the cave with you seeing this?
yes.
Okay, make me a stealth or sleight of hand, whichever's higher if you're trained in one and not the other. You get to pick.
All right.
Sutha, since you are the only one left in the cave, make me a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Oh,
think Sutha might be. I think Sutha might be giving you grace here. We'll see.
I don't care if Sutha sees. She's already sworn to.
17. Fractal, if you would kindly message Sutha what she sees, since you are wanting to keep it hush hush.
All right.
Yep. That. Yeah. No. He does not beat your passive perception. You absolutely see what he does.
By the way, I'm using regular tools for this. I'm not using the thing.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
All right.
Fair enough. Respect it.
Give me one more. Is this thing, sir?
Okay.
All right. That should be it.
Do you exit the cave?
Yes.
All right. Then I will put you back out on the continent map with a reminder that you are here.
Mhm.
The tower should still be there because it is.
Yep,
well,
24
it is
hours.
still there. It's 24 hours. So if you would like to take a rest, you may, or you may head back into the city.
I like to think we were waiting there for him unless it was locked behind us.
In the tower? Well, I don't know. Was it locked
Yeah,
behind them, Fractal?
Doesn't normally have a lock.
No.
Well, yeah, I think I specifically
you're in
had
the
told
tower?
him, like, I think I had specifically told Fractal, I was like, yeah, so, just like next time I would make like a lock and like use a spell to create a key so it can be like,
Or use the arcane lock spell.
well, then you have to cast it every time and that's 25 gold each time. If you just design a tower with a lock and use prestidigitation to create a key, then you can
Look,
just
we
have
haven't
a
seen a
lock.
bandit in weeks. We're not gonna be that rich for very long. Guys.
Aren't you the one being hunted by like a necromancer?
I
You
don't know.
think-
Have you actually
honest-
talked to them about that, Fractal?
Do you one
He
above
hasn't.
game? Do you
Connor
do you
knows.
above game? Do you honest to God think that a meager arcane lock is gonna stop a fucking
No, but it
super
eats
necromancer?
one spell slot. It's a battle of attrition with necromancers.
Yeah, or
You
they have their
feel-
fucking beefy monstrosities knock the fucking door down.
And then we wake up to the noise. Like it
Anyway, so yeah, Fractals walks out holding his pancake bag, and with his like spirit behind him.
Okay.
the spirit lasts for an hour, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're already waiting in the tower unless the rest of them say otherwise. Ned's already in the tower. Once everyone comes out, most of it, he's like, okay.
While Fractal's doing all this, I think the ladder's down, isn't it, Pyro? To the upstairs?
It kind of has to be.
I would like to go upstairs and see what he would not let me see.
All right. What didn't you let him see, Fractal?
Okay, so when you go up and you see in Fractal's
Sneaky.
private study, is one there is a half shelf like ready to be like moved over to block the trap door.
Hatch. Ah.
And once you get past it, you can see pretty much wall to wall around the circular thing different pillars in the shapes of bone and the like, with various porches in the shape of skulls, like all that fancy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then bookcases, just with stuff that seems to be written in binary, like along the covers. And then
Okay.
just a singular desk covered in inkwells and whatnot, and just a little a little squirrel skull, just for some reason glowing.
Oh. No, because it
Yeah.
wouldn't maintain in space. Okay.
It's an entire library filled with
Well.
what's in Fractal's mind.
I bet this is happening while he's doing it, so
Some
Bellum doesn't know
books
how
are-
long it took
You will
you.
see
Mhm.
some books are damaged. So some books are in fact like damaged, like some are just like only half there.
Mm.
Also, wall to wall, it's mostly like a very shiny metal.
Can I make a check to identify, are these
So
books
it's
the
polished.
memories Fractal has, and the damaged ones are fuzzy memories, and the ones that are missing are things he doesn't remember? What kind of check would that be?
What do we think, Fractal? Insight?
Investigation?
I'm thinking investigation because he has to find the correct like.
It's your
Please
brain.
just
I'll let him.
start.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
So, guidance, and he's hustling to get through here because he knows he's not supposed to be. Oh, no, it's a GM. It was a 27.
It sure was. And it'll be on the video anyway, so.
So, with the 27, am I right?
Yeah.
Is he right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then Bellum will climb down, leaving it after he puts everything exactly back where it went. And then he climbs down.
The squirrel skull stares at you.
I stare back and wink. And climb down.
It doesn't even focus.
The Scrat Golem climbs up. Yep, and then I just wait for him in the bedroom lounging area we had. And that's it. And then we head back to town, I'm assuming.
Would you like to
but
take a
before
rest
we get kind of
Okay.
before we get back to town, the Jeeves spirit will disappear.
For sure.
Okay. So we spend a night in the tower and take a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
This time there are locks involved, and
Oh, did you recast the tower?
well, I want to like travel first and then get, like, well, how many hours
Oh.
out are we?
No,
Like
it has
3?
not been 24 hours.
Oh.
You would get, because you took a long rest, so.
So
took a long
I
rest.
do have to recast it.
No, I'm thinking, no, because you would
He
still be
made the
within
tower, we took a long rest, and then we did the
the
cave.
thing, which wasn't even, which I would say at maximum would have taken about an hour. So that's 9
Okay.
hours, and then another long rest would be 8 hours, which is 17 hours. So you're still within
Okay,
it.
so it's still good then.
We do also only get one long rest per day, though. I believe.
There's in
Is that a
rage of the
thing?
DMG.
You can take as many
Yeah.
short rests as you want, but I'm pretty sure you only get one long rest.
I still have a
I
spell
don't know where to
slot
find
for the
that.
spell slot, and it's a is it? I forget. Is it? It's not, but I can still. I still have a spell slot.
Under
so
resting in the Roll20 compendium. Type in resting to the compendium. Open it. It should be
Oh, I found
the.
it. I
Oh,
think.
yeah. Resting, second heading, long rest at the very end. Character can't benefit from more than one long rest in a 24-hour period.
Oh,
The character must have at least one hit point at the start to gain the start of the rest to gain its benefits.
well, you take a short rest then.
Is anybody actually missing HP, or should we just march home?
I am untouched.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to do any experiments or things outside of a populated area with these things, especially necrotite. You know,
There is something I'm gonna do to the skeletons, but it's like a down the line thing because it's yeah,
um,
and it's a bit like I need to talk to Liv about it
Okay.
later on
Gotcha.
thing.
I almost said Bill. Bellum will once again ask Fractal when he gets in there if he would mind showing him what's upstairs.
Uh,
He can't narrow his eyes when he looks at you.
the flames squish a little bit.
I would have
Narrowed
cast
eyes.
I would have cast guidance as he was approaching because yeah, he's trying to really make a sell and get Fractal to lower his walls. I am fully down if you want me to try and roll a deception check to hide the
Roll me
fact
a
that I've already been
deception.
up there.
Oh wait, a second.
Okay. I'm counting guidance because he knew he had this plan before you got there, so he would have had time to cast it before. So deception 17?
Yeah, you believe him. You feel pretty confident
He's-
about it.
He's just very curious, like a puppy dog.
Yeah, just like the night before. He just
I would prefer you didn't for now.
okay. Bill does feel a little bit guilty that he went up when he wasn't supposed to after he realized what it was.
Character progression. I thought you were supposed to be a good boy.
Alrighty, well, if you do I get to know what's up? Like what kind of things up there? You know, bestiary, world ending doomsday, second hidden fractal body we haven't seen yet.
It is my inner sanctum. Where I do
And
my private research.
Okay.
It would be a great breach of privacy if I were to. It would be the service to my own memory.
Okay. Well, I hope you come to trust me with your innermost secrets
Yes.
someday.
I trust you to not do anything untoward toward my possessions, as I am. I trust you as a colleague. I recognize your intelligence. And the way now to go play with some death dirt.
And if you'd like any help in analyzing it,
I skitter up the ladder after dealing emotional damage, and then I pull up the ladder and I put over the furniture.
Yep.
neat.
Neat.
I walk to
So,
my desk and I
Bellum does have-
slide everything off.
If you don't have any necrotite of your own, all of it is still in Bellum's bag that we gathered.
I have a pound of nectar.
Okay. That's what I was checking on before you started tinkering away. Because Bellum absolutely would not have said, okay, here you go, experiment. He'd be like, okay, you can involve me. But Bellum is also going to pull over, I'm assuming just like a coffee table, because there's not like desk stuff down here.
Yeah, it's like basic. Like it's
Grabs
the
a
living room, I think, more or less.
he does not. He's described it more like a barracks, like a bunch of like
That's right.
cobbled together things that could be a bedroom. Well, I'm gonna grab an oil lantern or whatever the equivalent light source is and set it down on the coffee table.
Yeah.
Somebody else will get the bed today because I claimed the chair bed because I'm going to be sitting in it. And I would like to. I don't have identify, but could I spend time to essentially get the effects of an identify by making a regular check? Especially since we're taking this a long time here in this tower for a bit. To just sit and tinker with different materials. I got some like acid to test the chemical properties. Like just running through tests and doing a full like manual catalog of this thing's properties. I can also cast Detect Magic again if I need to.
Detect Magic's not going to give you anything more.
Okay.
Because what you really need is Identify. I hope the rest of the session is not going to be in the tower.
I just want to fuck with this when we're not in a densely populated area because Necrotite
you can try
doesn't sound like it can be
but
safely.
It won't give you the same results as an Identify, which would just straight up tell you.
So spending 2 hours examining it with intense knowledge of materials
won't
give me the same as a first level ritual.
No, because the first level ritual is magic. You're fucking around and finding out.
Okay. Then I will. Well, I mean, I more or less have all that information already. Then
I know. I'm sorry.
you're good. Yeah. Nope. He doesn't really do anything. Then he leaves it all in his bag. You're good.
Why don't you have Identify? This is the first artificer you've made without Identify.
No, I have it. I just never prepare it because Fractal has it, and he has the pearl.
It's a ritual, right?
Yeah, and I just
It's
I'd have to prepare it to cast it, so it makes more sense to have.
Of rituals?
Yeah, unless you're a wizard, the wizard doesn't have to prepare rituals to ritual cast it. Everybody else has to have it prepared to ritual cast.
Yep.
That's
Unlucky.
so dumb.
That's why you get the ritual caster feat.
It's in the rules.
You put it in the
That
book.
the DMJ
Oh,
says.
that's why the ritual caster feat is
Or
important.
PHP.
That's stupid. Ugh. Okay.
But it was you.
Stupid rules be like,
Stupid
rules.
500 feet per second or per turn be like.
Ooh, for anyone that's confused about our references, I do recommend you go and watch last night's Adventures in Excordia campaign episode 24 because boy.
I mean, if you had a choice, I would go to Forgefire Archives. That's much better.
So are we all done in the tower?
I am.
Yep.
Going at me, we had a fucking moment last
Stay
night.
fucking bitter. You fall at 500 feet per round.
I will say bitter. Yeah, and I'll also keep my ritual
So do you stay in the tower? Are you done in the tower?
We chill until Fractal's ready to go, and then we march back to town.
And then you march back to town. You're back in town. I'll put you back on the Isolon map. Where is it? There. Yay! Pretty map.
All right.
You're back in town.
Where's the closest building to like a mayor or something, leader of the town?
Considering that the town is based around the college a lot, you could definitely, there would be some people that would have high positions in the research district, but the actual mayor's residence is where is it? He lives like over here. Down. I'm realizing I need to shift click.
He lives outside.
Just out, yeah.
That looks like a farm.
They all look
Like
like
a that's like a stable.
Is that a stable? I'm bad.
Yeah, that's a stable.
That's his part-time side hustle.
It's his part-time side hustle.
Man, if I were to guess a building in here that looks like the mayor, you got this one. You got this one.
Well, that's part of the Hall of the Arcane.
Well, then I'd say this one's
one.
the best.
Say that one. Let's say that. Oh wait, no, that's actually pretty good. I like that one. That one. That's the boy. Working it out as a team. There we go. There's the mayor's house.
Teamwork.
Yeah, because in front of every gate there's one of those buildings, so it's definitely like a stable to leave your horses and everything.
That's a good point.
Well, Kaga is going to take Reverse Medusa's head on the end of his axe and basically stroll all the way there.
Okay. People are very much staring at you.
If he's walking and like there's children nearby, he's gonna basically fucking wave it at them and spook them.
Ah!
Go on, kids. You ain't need to see this much blood. Not yet, at least.
And they run away.
All right, let's get this to the mayor. And he's gonna walk into the mayor's office or building, whatever you want to call it.
All right. You. Well, I guess it would be kind of like an office. It would be open during the day for people to walk in. You walk in, you see an elf woman with long, wavy auburn hair, shaved on the right side with rough silver skin. She's not very tall. She's about 4'1", slender, and she looks up. Ah, yes, hello. Oh goodness.
You in charge of this whole place, Isolon? That's what it's called, right?
That yes.
Well, slams his axe down with his head. So, I'm sure you've been hearing news about your own blacksmith vanishing. Is the reason.
Was he eaten?
Well, aren't exactly an identifier of bone type, but yeah, probably.
Well, thank you for dealing with it. Thank you.
Yep. Might as well figured to tell you, since you're in charge. Get all your people to stop yapping about it. And here's the
I
proof.
thank you for that. Will I will arrange to have his family informed.
Good. Well, I'm sure you got enough researchers here. Pulls his axe out of the head. One of
Yes,
them
this
can
will definitely be
study
going
this.
to the college.
Yeah. And tell them if they want it, they can ask me. Because I'll sell it to them.
I will let them know. What is your name?
That's Cogaz Ironjaw.
Kagaz Ironjaw. I will let them know that you are the one they can contact.
All
Where
you
can
gotta
they
do is tell
contact
them I'm an
you?
orc. They'll figure out the rest as he tinks his jaw.
All right. And there's no place you want them to try and find you at. Just tell them your name and that you're an orc, and they'll figure out where you are.
Well, when you word it like that, it sounds pretty funny. Well, I'll probably be at that inn you got in the middle. The
All right.
Lamia.
Fair enough. I will let them know.
For now, you can have it on display in here. As he picks it up and sets it on like the nearest podium or table.
She looks slightly uncomfortable, but she gives you a gracious, if tight, smile and says, "Thank you. I'm sure it
He
will be lovely."
he squints his eyes, he's got a shit-eating grin on, and he turns its head to her.
Ha ha ha. Oh, yes, it is looking right at me. That's wonderful.
Pretty, ain't it? Pokes
It's
it in the
something.
eye.
It's something.
He just walks
Actually,
towards
she's
the
perceiving it,
entrance.
so she would have to. +2. Yeah, she's not unsettled, but she is very much she finds it very distasteful.
He turns around. Well, I wouldn't touch it if I were you. These iron gauntlets are barely enough to get all the poison in its skin away from me.
Good to know.
Absolutely full of shit, so she won't touch it.
Yep, she has you look at her and she has no plans to touch it.
And he's gonna stroll on out.
All right. Awesome.
Oh, shit,
Tormented
mosquitoes.
the dagger is. This day's a good day so far.
So we've dropped off the head.
Mhm.
What is everyone else doing?
I would like to go visit a college, actually.
You'd like to go visit
Yeah,
the college. Is there anyone specific at the college you're looking to go visit?
I believe the last person I spoke to was the biology department head.
That's
I'll have to look up his name because it's been a long time.
That's what I'm looking up right now. Biology, no. You spoke to the botany
was a-
professor.
That was him. So that would be under World
It's called
Encyclopedia.
The Hall of the Arcane is the name of the article.
I just put it into search. So I spoke to the botanist, Professor Miranda.
Uh-huh.
First name Lin Manuel. I had asked him to keep in. Is this a typo? Because the general artifice professor is called Professor parentheses Warforged
What? Where does it say that?
on World Anvil.
Ha!
Sorry, got sidelined. My name is
That's very true. Hold
Professor.
on. I don't think
But-
I meant to leave Warforged on there, but you know what? Why not? His name is just Professor now.
Valid. I had asked, I'll meet up with him and asked him to present the case, and I left him some documents, some recollections, gave him a signature and or a stamp or whatever I could to show that it was an official business from the Earth Stars Grove, and I would like to check back in on his progress and see if he had a chance to bring it up to them yet.
What was he
If
looking
not-
at again? Remind me.
He was mainly just talking to the other department heads, because I am a quote-unquote diplomat.
Yeah, as you called yourself.
Yep. I had, which wasn't entirely a fib, but
Yeah.
I had asked him if he would. I had asked him about if he would help look into the why
Why?
in the happenings around the Grove, and he was supposed to speak to some other professors, and I was supposed to have an audience with them at some point
That's
to
right.
present the case. So checking in on all that.
Yes. So you go back to speak to Professor Miranda's.
Lin Manuel. Mhm.
Why is there not an S on the end of that? It's supposed to be Professor Miranda's. I don't know why that didn't copy over. The male Wilden, whose voice very much sounds like the rustling of leaves in a wind. And Professor Miranda's tells you that some of his colleagues were busy with other projects, but a few of them did seem to be able to have the time and the expertise to be able to help you with theirs. Obviously, some of them are not really going to be able to do much. Like the engineering professor, probably not going to be able to.
Nah.
Not really.
Valid.
They're like, I don't know what I would do for you. But two of the professors that have expressed interest in helping would be Professor Monin, the astrology professor,
Mhm.
and Professor Kainos, the extraplanar studies professor.
Wonderful. And can you point me to the direction of their offices?
He points you in the direction, like gives you general, like, oh yes, they're in this wing, in this floor.
Wonderful.
left.
Thank you so much for all your help. The may may Celestian be with you. Do I have a prestidigitation to like throw?
Do you?
No. I've got my tinkering, so I was just gonna have like just wave his hand and green sparkles happen, but he just kind of does it and then nothing happens. And then he walks to the next.
He just looks at you
Oh.
like, okay, all right. So which are you going to first?
We'll go with extraplanar studies first.
Okay, Professor Kynos.
Knock, 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 knock.
Yes, what is it?
I open it. Hello, Professor Kynos, was it?
There is a large high-backed chair with its back turned towards the door. Yes, what do you want? What can I help you with? I'm very busy.
I'm the diplomatic representative from the Earth Stars Grove. Do you have a moment to talk, or is there a time it would be
Yes,
better?
it's you. He spins around. Make me... What kind of check do I want to have you make me to see if you recognize the race? Nature?
Nature?
Yeah, nature.
I'm clicking guidance. Nature, 18.
You've never actually seen a member of this race face to face before, but you have heard of them. This is a Gith Yankee.
Oh! Oh no. I heard it. I hear it now in the voice.
Yes, thank you. Excellent. Which is why I laughed when you said you were going there first. I went, okay, here we go. He has
What do I know of the Gith race? Like, that they live, they're extraplanar beings.
Yes. As soon as you put together that he's a Gith and that they're extraplanar beings, you go, of course he's the extraplanar studies department head.
Yeah.
That tracks. It's kind of a
Yeah.
duh moment for Bellum, where he's like,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough. Ah, yes. So, can you describe what it was that was happening in your grave?
Bellum takes out a stack of papers. I'm sure you know it was a grove. Slides it over. Here's a detailed recollection of all the events that have happened with multiple, what is the word? Witnesses, statements. They're like,
Excellent.
much like when somebody's trying to
Snatches it up,
rush you
starts
on.
reading.
He
Reads remarkably fast.
Yeah, Bellum had like it cupped under his fingers and just kind of like backwards was like flipping pages, pointing out like notable figures in their statements.
Yes,
Like here's a
I know
statement
how to
from.
read. Move your hand.
Yeah. He was trying to explain the like who they are and their role in the grove, but I'm assuming based on this guy's telling, he just kind of has his hand swatted away and he starts reading.
Oh yes, very much so. He's just speed reading.
He has another copy of these papers for the other one.
Of course. Interesting. It definitely seems to be some sort of extraplanar influence here. Whether or not that creature... I mean, it's definitely from the elemental planes. There's no doubt about that. That very large creature you fought was from the elemental planes. That possibly, maybe you were on a rift to one of the elemental planes. That barrier is growing thin. But you say you have this patron deity.
Yes, if you look there on page 14, paragraph 3, there's a brief addendum about Celestine and the Grove with a brief origin story.
And you say that their assistance was blocked. Are you certain that it was blocked, or does it just seem as though that may have been something that this deity said?
As far as I'm aware, this deity does not seem like the deceitful kind. Those are generally, ironically, very forthright about the fact that they're deceitful, which seems counterintuitive. But he reaches over, and, like, pulls back the pages to hit the party statements. And then there's a quote of everything Celestine said to him that he's made notes of after it happened.
Yep.
It seems like he was very ambiguous, and though I was continuing to prod, this is also a little bit of a BDE moment for Bellum when the guy was like, I'll just read it. And he's like, well, if you had read it, you'd see.
He's trying to get more information from you, that he, like, skimmed it and read it, but was like,
Listen,
this is extraneous. I need to know what's important.
this is academic, like, sword fighting.
It's exactly what it is.
He's holding up the thing and points out, he says that he had tried to ask it, and Celestine said it left it as if they were unable, or they either couldn't or wouldn't explain more on why this had to happen. He was dissatisfied with his answer and sensed that there was more to it, and has come seeking answers. He had a few running theories, lack of worship, some sort of divine clock had to be renewed, et cetera, et cetera. Came here to have those things narrowed down, or if possible, have one of them answered.
And you believe this being is truthful? What proof do you have?
I suppose I don't have proof that they're not lying, but they're not a deceitful type. It seems like if they were withholding information, it would be of a natural limitation than it would a deliberate choice. They are
Very well.
the name of the gods who went against those, like Lolth and the others.
Banished gods.
Banished gods. Okay, I couldn't remember if they were called the Deceivers or not.
No, the banished gods.
I do I
Because
know
not all of them were deceivers. Some of them just were
Right.
troublemakers and got kicked out.
a druid absolutely knows at least the names of, like, there's definitely a druid nursery rhyme about the names of the banished ones.
Oh, yes.
So I know that Lolth, the Great Deceiver.
I promise this is primordial.
Well, her nickname is the Spider Queen.
Well, yeah, but isn't one of her? Am I thinking of the wrong god? Connor thinking the wrong other god?
The god of lies is Asmodeus.
I thought she was a thing of debauchery and like. All right, then I guess I'll reference Asmodeus then and just say that deifically these sort of deities strike me as like they're the ones who are outwardly broadcasted and labeled as deceivers. And I doubt. And isn't Celestian under the court of Ioun, a god of knowledge and truth?
No, he's under the court of the moon.
Behold, theology studies.
Interestingly
So he's
enough, no theology studies at this. Almost like that would be something in a clerical school.
Got to go to seminary.
Yeah.
So court of the moon. Isn't the Moonweaver all about deception? Uh-oh. Illusions and misdirection. Shit. Coral on the Archeart, looking at the overgods and narrowing it down. And Celestian, descendant of Sehanine, the Moonweaver. Ew. So it kind of clicks. He's like, do you know it's truthful? And he's like, oh shit, this could be misdirection. He's confident it wasn't done maliciously. But
he sees that and he feels a little bad because he was really just trying to. You can gather this guy is kind of. He's not an atheist because there is proof that gods exist, but he's kind of like a gods are assholes vibe. And so he's like, I'm sorry, son. I didn't mean to make you question your faith. What other strange occurrences, if anything out of the ordinary going on in your grove around that time that maybe didn't feel connected? Anything else?
Connor's trying to think back.
Even things that maybe were around the grove at that time that maybe you didn't think were connected to the grove.
We encountered, the forest spirits were decidedly lackluster, but I think that was akin to the barrier lowering. They returned, but we encountered a basilisk on the way up there, I believe, and there was one more monster, I believe. Basilisk, and I don't know if the Onkeg was there or somewhere else, but
a lot of my monsters were rolled off of random tables, so
yeah. I know I encountered a basilisk on the way up there because I think I still have his eyes.
All right.
I have mentioned
anything you've noticed that's strange since. Anything at all?
Have I spoken? Did I ever speak to Aster before I left? Did his visions ever return after the?
Would you have spoken to Aster before you left?
I feel like I would have at least said goodbye. Thanks for traveling with us.
Then, yeah, you absolutely could have spoken to him before you left. Would you have asked?
Definitely. Like, does he feel like even if he felt the inkling of it returning?
Yes. His sight, his connection to Celestian was strengthened again. Because it wasn't fully cut off before, but it was very, very weak. Because of
right.
Whatever.
And the only thing he could ascertain from his dreams was my name to go and seek me.
Yes. So you definitely he would have gotten back that he felt that the connection was strengthened again. He hadn't tried to use it because he hadn't felt the need to, but he felt that the connection had been reopened.
Can I make a check to recall of anything odd that maybe Bellum didn't recognize in the moment, but in hindsight now strikes a little bit thorny?
You're intelligence based. Make a history check. Even if you're
25.
25. You think about timing. A lot of what you think about is timing. And you think about how strange it is that it happened so soon after you met your new friends. So soon after all of these catalysts brought you all together.
And not long after he actually left, somebody immediately came to come get him. He brings this up, and he's just kind of has the.
It feels less of you specifically and more of all of you together. So you gather that it has less to do with how long it was after you left and more to do with how long it was after the 5 of you came together.
Bellum's going to take out, as he's describing this, take out his book of the I think it's The Creators and Their Descendants is the book I bought on Gods.
Yes.
The Creators and Their Descendants. Yep. Flip over to the Court of the Moon chapter and start browsing over the Sehanine part as he murmurs. He's looking specifically for the words fate in some of these. Either Sehanine, Coralon, adjacent ones, siblings, sisters, brothers, fathers. He's looking for some sort of fate tie-in. Because it's, if you have an exceeding amount of coincidence, fate's the first thing you look at deifically. I would think. Do I make a religion check?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Not proficient. And has it been 8 hours since the mine?
No.
Then I still have guidance for a little while longer.
Oh, because it's a part of your... Yes, okay. You
Yes,
still
for the night,
cast
for
it.
8 hours when I do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
15. Are you looking... You're sticking to the Court of the Moon. Where you're looking.
For this first part, yes. He's trying to look at Celestian, then moving out Rings of Influence. Like, from there to Sehanine, to the whole court. Yeah, etc.
Looking through to see what I can give you. What, if anything, goes with that? You notice with Sehanine, and just because you are really looking and you're trying to read into things differently than they might normally be read into, you notice with the Moonweaver that there are myths and stories of her meddling with the unions of mortals. And when you first read that, you thought of it as romantic or sexual, but you're looking at that again, and maybe it just means the union of paths. The crossing of paths. Maybe it's just that the literal unification of people's fates. Maybe that's what that is. You're not entirely sure, but it's possible.
If I could for the 5 minutes, could the guy be watching me like murmur and flip pages back and forth?
Oh, he is absolutely watching you.
He watches me go from there and thumb to the very back and open the Banished One section.
Okay.
And go directly to Tharizdun.
Tharizdun, an entity of pure darkness and decimation, was born of the conflict created by Lolth and the war between the dragons. It took the power of all the creators to weaken and bind them in a pocket of the astral sea, though Ayun was gravely wounded in the process.
And I,
It is darkness unending. It's less like a god and more like another world.
is there...
But in its
Mhm.
endless imprisonment, it dreams the infinite depths of the abyss into reality.
Willem sits it on the table and flips it around. I can't say specifically, but one academic to another, if he has thaumaturgy, because I don't, I imagine he would probably close the door because I'm giving this a look of like,
He does. He has. Well, I think they have like telekinesis. He has something that
yeah,
can shut the
mage
door.
hand.
He has something that can shut the door, and he does. You give him a look,
You
and he
study,
shuts it.
you study
What is
interplanar
it?
studies, and you are not too far from the ruins of Plata, where I know a significant ley line rests.
Yes.
I point to the name Tharizdun and look up at him. How loud are whisperings about this one in recent history? And if
In
he says
recent
nothing, I would like to
history-
roll insight.
In recent history, back a few hundred years, not terribly, there are always whispers from cultists. No matter how hard you try to stamp out a cult, if names of their deity exist and can be found, then someone will resurrect. Well, not necessarily the deity, but the cult itself, certainly. But in recent years, there has been more talk. People disappearing. Strange rituals being undertaken. People have said that the shackles are weakening, and I don't like the sound of that. I don't know how much of it is true. Some whispers are just that. But it's been getting a bit too loud for my taste.
Mm. May I make an insight check to see if he's telling me the whole truth?
Go ahead.
17, because I would absolutely be casting guidance, like hand over his mouth, looking like
Oh,
he's pondering, whispering, Celestine, give me everything you got, and just like,
You gather that if he's not saying something, it's because he doesn't want to give incomplete information that would possibly mislead you rather than purposeful withholding of the truth. It's more of like, I'm still thinking about how to present that, or I'm not certain of this and so I don't want to say it.
fair, and Bellum
Rather
respects that.
than, no, I can't say that.
Okay.
Why? Why are you drawn to that name?
One more question. Do you know of the specific role Sehanine played in the binding and imprisonment of Tharizdun?
Well, I mean, it is.
I know vaguely that Pelor
Destruction,
was the one who
madness,
dealt a crippling blow.
of course.
Ayun's wound from that battle that made the scythe. But this book doesn't cover the specifics of Sehanine's role.
And
I'm
not all
assuming.
of them had a specific role, but what I have been able to glean through study of this continent and its particular creator obsessions, or so I call them, it almost seems as though it was some sort of illusion, some misdirection. It seems to be her purview, so that's what I've been able to glean from it, is she was likely part of the distraction, or something that caught it off guard so that it could be surprised.
Mhm. Bellum thinks about her role as a off support and thinks about how the artificer class plays as an off support. The meta knowledge doesn't really translate, but just sees a little. Huh. However, that would work in game. Just picks up the huh. I can't say I'm at liberty at the moment to explain why I'm asking about this one. But I can tell you to keep your ears and eyes extra open.
Oh, I will.
Oh, and that I'm not I'm not trying to resurrect him or anything. I realize that can come off like I'm some sort of not the case.
Looking at you, you're not. The fact
Or
that you're
am
coming
I?
here and asking about it means that you're not. They don't
Yeah.
ask. If you were trying to resurrect it, you would have already kidnapped me. Or you would have at least tried and you would have ended up a splatter on my floor.
Okay.
The fact that you didn't is a good sign.
If I need to introduce Fractal or Sutha to this guy.
Spit it out, boy.
Get me out of your fucking fantasies!
If I come
From
back,
yards away.
cast sending specifically to tell me to stay in my lane. I need to come back with a few friends of mine so that we'll be able to get in touch. Because I know I know of sending because people have cast that to me. I
Eh,
believe.
you know of sending
No.
and message spells like that. You know that they exist and they're a thing.
I need to
Come up
introduce
to
you to a
the
couple
spell
friends of
about-
mine. And when I come back, I'll either not be able to say any more on if there's an issue, or I'll be able to say more. But I can't know which is which until I check.
Of course.
And if you would pass along, if the astrology teacher is waiting for me, if you could pass along that I'll be having to take a rain check on that. I have urgent matters to take care of now.
I mean, none of us are waiting for, like, you don't have a meeting time with any of us. We just, we knew you were interested in talking to us, but at this point, it's up to you to come to us.
Wonderful. Stands up, knocks a chair back on accident because heavy armor and moving.
Pick it up.
I will. Picks it up, mendings any buffs off of it.
Thank you.
Closes the book, stows it.
It takes a minute.
Mending takes a minute?
He stares
Yes.
at you through the whole minute.
He has one hand that's doing mending as he's doing the, like, far too much. Thank you, and really, thank you so much.
Stop.
Like, every other word he's... he freezes
Just
and...
mend the chair. It's taking twice the time.
Mended. Okay, bye!
What a
And I think I-
strange fellow.
Do I have Expeditious Retreat prepared? No, I do not. Damn. And I am out and on the hunt for Sutha.
Sutha. Where could you be
Let
found
me
at
say
the
before
moment?
that, Sutha has said the name Thursday around me, right?
There
I'm
was
making
that
sure that-
moment in the library. In,
Cool.
like, episode 2 or episode 1.
I'm just
when
making sure it
someone was
wasn't like
trying
a
to be
just between her and
really-
Fractal.
No, I'm just remembering that moment where it was either Sutha or Fractal trying to be very stealthy and did not do well and said it, like, completely out loud.
Okay,
everyone was
so
like,
I'm going to
"Clocked
try and
that."
hunt her down. Where is Sutha?
Sutha, where you at?
Do anything at all.
Pyro, why are you so far away?
Got cold in a secret for 5 hours.
Nito! Okay,
That's
well,
just
I will send a
entertain me.
message to Nito. I will send a message to Nito, letting him know that Bellum is looking for
I
Sutha.
saw him unmute himself.
Nito! Nito, we can't hear
Big
you!
creature. Time for chat.
Nito! Nito! Well, while I'm messaging Nito, Kayas, did you have anything else you were looking to do? Otherwise, I will go to the fractals.
Making me get out of bed. What a fucking monster.
Let me
You know what?
think.
Huh? Where's what?
I didn't say where is. I said let me think.
Okay.
I suppose I'll buy mining tools
Yeah.
since it came up once before. Might as well.
It would be, it'd be Mason's tools is the same thing, I'll say.
Okay.
Let me see. Mason's.
If it's in tools and I don't have proficiency,
Mason's
point.
tools. They're 10 gold.
yeah.
Back.
But if I don't have
Okay,
proficiency,
Sutha is just
then-
back. Sutha, Bellum is looking for you. as of like
She'd be near
a minute
Fractal.
ago.
Wait.
You said she's with Fractal? Perfect! I was looking for both of you.
No!
Get out of your bed,
Fractal,
Taro.
where are you?
Stop popping my leg!
Too bad, get to the computer, because Bellum's running up to you.
God damn it!
Heavy
Fuck.
footfalls echo throughout
Son
the
of
city.
a mother. God damn.
I just wanted him to sit down and go, oh, sorry, didn't mean to bother you, Fractal. I just need Sutha just to make Fractal get up and then back. I want to, but I actually need both of them.
I don't want to. Away with you, creature.
You all having a leisurely afternoon, see Bellum running full speed, like a fucking freight train towards you,
You have a
helmet
little
down.
rest, correct?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, that's the whole point of the tower.
No, we
Yeah.
couldn't take a long rest because it was more than... We already took one just before the dungeon.
Which Connor is the
Can't-
one that pointed out, so thank Connor.
You're
No.
welcome. I introduced 500 falling speeds and long rest nerfs. I bring many gifts.
I think in 6 seconds
Yes.
was it like 570, 580 feet.
You can say this as much as you want. Pyro's still gonna go, no. No like.
No, like
something
me.
like
Everyone else agrees that it's an entirely reasonable...
So Bellum's charging at you like a freight train.
I get behind Sutha.
I hit the brakes and slide the last 5 feet.
Maybe.
So,
Just,
Oh no.
So
just a gust of wind right in front of us. Just a gust
a
of wind
bunch
almost
of
blows us
gravel.
Make
back.
me a
Strength save?
dexterity check. Yeah, dex save to stop on a dime.
Not a strength save? To just dig my heels in and slow down?
I'll let you make me a dex save or a strength check.
Well, I'm not proficient in either save, so strength check.
Not a Looney Tunes character.
Let's see.
Move, bitch! Get out the way!
Okay, it's
You're
not
not a
too
Looney Tunes
terribly
character.
severe. You trip and fall and land on your face, but you did say that you have your helmet down, so it just kind of clanks you and it rattles your head a little bit, and you kind of have to like, huh? Like blink
The
your
rock
eyes.
will
hits the
help.
helmet and it's like a
Yeah,
bell.
it rings your bell a little bit, but you're fine.
Rings your bell.
Sutha will help.
Hey. Ooh, he's just a little bit sweaty. He's starting to get used to the full sprint across town that he keeps doing. I was hoping I could run into you all. Who looks around? Are we in a private area? Or are we in a street?
Where would Fractal and Sutha have been? Hello.
Hello, Needle.
Where have you taken me?
Where are you all? That's what I'm asking.
That's where I'm asking where he's taking me.
Oh,
Nito, where would Sutha and Fractal have been?
However, Brad was going. If you had anything you needed to buy.
You son of a bitch.
I'll say you were at the inn.
That worked.
Fractal, would you have been in your room would you have been in the room at the inn wanting to do some stuff, or would you have been like down in the common area of the inn?
I have no reason to be in the common area.
Room it
Let's
is!
see.
So you are in a relatively private space, but right now the door is open. Because you busted
I will
your foot
backpedal,
through.
close the door, and take out the book, turn it to Tharizdun, and hold it out in front of him and go, so I have some information regarding this, and point. Would I be correct in assuming that you all might be interested? His leg is bouncing.
Got the ADHD.
Somewhat.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Make me an insight check, Connor.
Oh, absolutely. And we hit 8 hours, Liv?
Yeah, you're getting close to it, but you still got it. Go ahead. Doesn't matter. I'm glad I gave it to you, because it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Bellum withers and dies from my agony of
You
strength.
you're just kind of, you're so focused on the book that actually you're more focused on Fractal. So you don't pick up anything from Sutha because you're looking at Fractal.
He's a motionless robot face. Nice one, Bellum.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
You're like, you're the one that just had a panic attack. Is this going to trigger you again?
God. Okay. If so, what does Sutha say when I ask if she's...
Oh, she doesn't say anything. It was just for you to catch the facial.
Okay. So he did ask a question, so I am waiting for an answer.
Somewhat. Yes.
Were you not looking up the things about the BG?
Interesting work.
The
The BG.
my primary interest in that is regarding to her.
Susan?
And a couple things to me, but the mostly her.
Actually, somebody you might like, but we'll get to them in a minute. It's the same person. The BGs. That well, they're for now they're chained away. Liv.
But unfortunately, because we know that they are surviving, they are staying alive. Thank you, Supa. Everyone is on my wavelength tonight. Excellent.
I am gonna give me a second, and you see Bellum go through, and he takes his story and is actively like editing it and compressing it in his head. 3 seconds later, okay, so there's this professor at the Hall of the Arcane who studies extraplanar things, who can help with the BG and your I can just say ley line. I don't think that one could raise any suspicion. He is a Gith. You can tell exactly. He's trying to minimize. He keeps seeing pop-ups of, "Would you like to mention the history of the Gith?" And he keeps saying no. Would you like to mention the history of the gods? No.
No.
Like,
would you like to info dump? No. Well, yes, I would.
Yes,
no.
but I can't. And so he's going to tell them all that, and we can go right now and meet them. But I wanted to do it because you, points to Sutha, sending. It's speak back when we go far. Too dumb, too simple. I was hoping you could cast sending when we go far away, so we could keep an update on the things he's doing.
Walk over to Bellum. 2 hands on his shoulders. Lay off the
Man,
drugs.
Cast command says breathe.
How many hours did we have to myself? Because there was something I was good.
It's nearly 8 since we left the tower the first time.
So I'd say like 2 hours to yourself.
Okay, never mind then.
Sorry, not enough time.
Nope.
Mhm.
I need at least 4 hours to put Earthbind in my actual book.
Alas.
Yeah, as
You have to do it all in one setting or sitting.
far as I'm aware.
Okay.
This is great, Bellum. Thank you.
And I'm going to forget
well-
about it if I don't do it in one sitting, so I'm just not going to until I can just say I do that.
Valid.
So, do you all want to go visit him now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are here.
God damn.
Get a Ouija board to have Nita join us.
No.
If there are any player characters here, make your presence known.
For real,
A
kids, don't
Luigi
fuck with
board.
those.
I
A
will do
Luigi.
it and FaceTime you while I do it.
I'll kill
Sold
you.
by Hasbro.
Not if the ghost
He's
does first.
shopping.
I was just gonna say, we'll get this wrapped up and then meet back with y'all guys. We got work on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I don't really need to have full attention of everybody to be shopping. I'm just messaging
Yeah.
what I'm buying to live.
Yep. Just let me know.
We're gonna meet back with you.
Okay.
Well, as this is a primary issue for you and you, I think you should go, and I'm going to sit here and go to your Crazy Magic College. I have things I need to do as well. No.
Bellum.
Yep.
Go get Kagaz and whatever last minute preparations you need and get us back here.
Yeah, I'm not going to do guidance on this one, but can I roll an insight check to see if she's going to try and pull something sly just to get me out of the room for a bit?
Go ahead. Roll an insight check.
I'm not putting guidance on this one because we wouldn't have had time to do it, but
Fair enough.
10.
Sutha, what does he get off of a 10?
He's just getting pretty much very stoic, like, I'm staying here with Fractal.
Okay.
Go get Kagaz, and then we'll meet back up. Yeah.
His response to that will be, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing you all back here. Which sounds like a normal phrase, except it's kind of leaning into like a please don't abandon us and run away.
Please don't leave me.
You look down, Fractal's already gone.
Fractal's opening
Yeah,
a
that's
planar
just
rift.
More of. Just
Um,
more of.
And then he goes out to grab Kagas and pull him away from whatever poor commoners that he's terrorizing.
So
You find Kagaz and he is shopping.
So when he went, it's just like looking. I look at Sutha. You should go with him. Just because you follow me around doesn't need to. You need to stick to my non-existent thigh. I'm not just going to.
Excited moment. And again, I don't mean to reiterate what I've said before. Your business is your own. I noticed what you did earlier. We tried to sleight of hand. Secret I was noticing.
That is fine.
You take care of your own business. I will do.
Yeah, so you should go with Bellum and I'll stick you.
If something goes wrong, I don't want you by yourself. I'm just gonna stay here. I'll go fly on the wall. Act like I'm not here while you do your thing.
Fractal just stares at you as like an audible ting sounds as like a gear flies out of his mouth. Just you don't
Get us in a
want
chair and
to.
start reading.
You don't want to play this game with me, Sutha. I can get away from you.
I know you're just a headache.
And you're very
Whatever you think
needy.
Rude.
She's gonna start reading the stuff that he did bring papers and stuff, right? Files, whatnot, books.
So
Did.
Fractal's going to get up and
She's
he's
gonna
going
start
to.
reading that.
And when he realizes, all right, is she sitting down? Okay. Fractal's going to get up, dust himself off, and he's going to walk out of the room.
Fine. Then I'll leave.
I'll mind my own business over here.
Okay. So you do. You have left the room.
Does she follow her? Or does she stay?
She followed you.
God damn it!
Get fucked.
No!
No. I'm not leaving you alone.
Stop that. Go. I round the corner and she's just walking down the hallway like, son of a mother.
Basically.
What does it take for a robot to get some alone time?
Well, I got the bell.
I imagine it's just you find walking towards you just a very irate but like limp over her shoulders Fractal. He says, "Oh shit!
Damn
I'm a
it.
great and powerful wizard."
I like to imagine Kagas is carrying Bellum in the same way Fractal's getting carried by Sutha.
Yep.
When they meet back up. Just the nerdy one kept talking, so I brought them by force.
I don't want to go to your fantasy college. I want to go out and poke
So,
dead things.
Assuming Shane come with?
Sure.
Cool. A regroup. Sutha, do you and Fractal abscond to know who knows where?
I think he took us to go
Where
find
he
you.
goes.
Cool. We meet up then, and I start directing us to the college.
Do I have to do this?
Yes! I grab him and push him to the front. It's gonna be so exciting, imagine! And just gives basically the, like, college tour guide speech of everything that he can learn here.
This is awful. It's so stressful.
Also, he also has, like, a manhandle on you so you can't evade.
Why is academia so fucking grappled here? I can sense the fucking...
You're a wizard, you're used to spending all your money in the pursuit of knowledge.
I can smell the bureaucracy, Connor. I don't trust the Institute.
Push, push, push. Could you imagine he's dug his heels in and just left 2 lines that dragged him forward?
You're dragging a rogue wizard doing manic bullshit to like a very bureaucratic sounding fucking wizard school. It's like, where are the explosions? Where's the arcane? This is bullshit.
I have seen explosions at least twice on my passes
Only
through.
2?
Oh, is it the
I've only
library?
been here twice. Yeah, yes, but they were college students.
Yeah.
I crave violence. I crave explosions. I
You
might
can-
as well be an evocation wizard.
We go up to the stairs. Now it's gonna be hard to push you up the stairs.
I will make this as difficult as I can for you. And Fractal does what most children do when they wouldn't want to go anywhere. He dead weights himself.
Yep.
Looks to Kagaz.
I swear to you.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
DC 17.
21.
So I attempted to cast Enlarge Reduce to reduce you,
Pocket Fractal.
to make you an eighth of your weight and half the size. However, you succeed.
I stand up like that, you fucker. Don't even let me have a rest for my fucking.
Up, 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 up. Extra
Oh.
plane is probably on the highest floor.
I'll just
It
trundle
is now.
upstairs.
What, you wanted a rest, did you?
I just.
Kagez is gonna wrap some rope around you and basically hoist you up like a backpack.
He stood up.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No.
He does it anyway.
No fractal pack.
Aw.
I've been picked up by enough characters these last few weeks. And it's
By the way, Liv, mostly unimportant. Just wanted to throw it out as a obligatory reminder. All the things I have shared on these notes are things he has in his personal records written in code.
Yep.
These packets in particular, he's left with these professors, and I meant to tell the other guy to keep these secret, but I'm assuming that was picked up, that this is
He
hush hush.
picked it up of like, yeah.
Yeah.
When you brought up the banished god,
Very
he went, okay.
Yeah.
It's that
So-
type of stuff.
And honestly, I probably need to buy another book because I've been putting a lot of notes in these. But yeah, I will take them up to the interplanar guy, interplanar Professor Kainos. Knock, 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 knock.
What? What is it?
It's me again. I've brought back the folks.
Oh, they came
Shit.
with you. Come in.
Shit! I forgot to ask. I grab Sutha and immediately pull her face very close. Okay, if I mention your time, oh, this guy. As the door's opening,
Are they coming in or not?
this is happening. Like, Sutha, what do you say?
Yes.
Yes, they're coming.
Yes.
Can we shove in? I close the door behind and lock it if it has a mechanism. And I was given permission to discuss the BG in more detail.
Okay, you don't have to keep saying it like that. Just be subtle about it. It's
That is subtle. What am I not subtle? Am I not
no,
subtle? As as his hands go out and his metal hand like clanks against a wall, like knocks a
not at
painting
all.
askew. Oh,
You're as
You're
subtle
very
as I am
subtle.
polite.
oh, his ears droop. So basically, info dumps everything that's happened this session. And Sutha, everybody is now caught up. Sarah's doing things. Fractal, leyline things. Full on Vanna Whiting them to the guy.
I just returned.
You fucker. I just explained to everybody. Fractal info dumps everything he told this guy. The thing about fate, the possible fate weaving of Sehanine binding at least me to meet you, getting the vibe that it might also have been that you all were sort of misdirected and meddled with so that we'd meet. The odd timing of things, etc. I mentioned the There's Doom thing.
Have a window.
No,
Ah,
there is
damn it.
no window here.
Alright.
I see what
And
you're
then I
thinking.
gesture just-
If you punch a hole through my wall, I'll kill you.
I wasn't going to punch a hole through the wall. If you had a window, I was going to misty step through it, but
No.
The top floor?
I can parkour my way down.
I could
Calculates-
just throw you off the roof.
Oh, I want to make a fall damage joke so bad.
You could grow a brain cell.
So these are my very amicable friends. Puts his arm around both.
Your physical contact bothers me on a spiritual level.
Do you have a spirit? Besides the one you summoned?
Shut the
Still
fuck up.
smiling.
Boy!
He says it like that.
I smack you in the tin can head.
It's like a drum, kinda.
I gauge the reaction of the legally the legally figure here next to us.
He's just watching.
Alright. No reaction to saying I summon spirits.
No.
So
Fractal steps away from you.
yeah, I let go of the bear hug and let him step back. I was hoping, since we had this audience, to discuss things further. I'm assuming most of these offices I usually see 2 chairs, 1 or 2.
Yeah,
How many
just
chairs
two
are there?
chairs.
Yeah. I sit down in one and gesture to Sutha to the other one. Sutha, I know I haven't really had much of a talk with you about this, but I think this is the kind of person who could really help us understand more of things going on. Can you inform me a little bit more about your tie and what you're after with the... He about says BG, and the there is doom problem. See, that's not subtle at all, though. I just say the name.
All you have to do is just say BG. Just don't do that weird wink wink thing with it.
The BG there
I
is
thought
doom.
you were supposed to be smart.
Just say the BG. That's it. Just
What's there
She
to
looks
hide?
she looks to the person. When was the last reported incident involving their cult?
I don't track it specifically, so I don't know things like that, unfortunately. I just know that the whispers I've heard have gotten more and more frequent. Last one I've heard of, the most recent? See, sometimes reports get to me at different times where I'll hear things that have happened years ago, but it's the most recent thing I've heard, or let me try and think. I feel like there was something not too long ago, actually. Few months, possibly? Some sort of... Definitely some sort of ritual. I don't know what.
He
Where was it low?
What?
Where was it located?
That I don't know.
Where
They're
was-
very hush-hush on locations, but something about...
Would you describe this ritual? Well, like what it might be aimed at, what the kind of thing.
Say that again, son.
You speak of this ritual. What would be the particulars of it, or any outstanding information you might have?
The information that I have is it was some sort of enhancement ritual, like a preparatory ritual for a bigger one down the line. Something like that. Some sort of building up of power, donation of power, something along those lines.
Did
Fractal
it
goes to
involve capture? Go ahead.
no, but
Well, one of you needs to speak.
Did it perchance involve captured slaves or any sort of sacrifice?
Sacrifice. They didn't mention any sacrifice, no, and they usually do. They usually like to brag about that, so I don't think it did. But they could have been working for them as slaves, but I don't think there was any sort of energy sacrificed unwillingly. These types of rituals with the donation of power typically have to be something done by willing participants.
Or brainwashed.
Oh, yes, that's also possible, yes. But
Vellum,
they
if you look to
consider
the
it
side-
willing, so they
Oh.
don't call it a sacrifice.
Bell, let me look to the side. You see that they getting visibly angrier.
Oh. Do I have calm emotions? Shit.
I don't know, do you?
That's what I'm.
All right,
Oh, I spent my spell slot. Damn it.
Warforged, what were you saying?
What now? I was looking at in my spell book.
Warforged, what were you saying? Stop looking at your spell book.
Yes, boop. Just any specifics about this ritual? Any that I was looking at. Basically, I'm trying to mentally cross over any similarities between a certain ritual that might have occurred in my early past.
I said that it was donation of power. I don't think there were any unwilling sacrifices, possibly brainwashed, or people that are members of the cult to begin with. I didn't hear anything about success, so I'm not sure.
This one definitely failed. Okay.
Which
Am I
one?
getting similarities? I'm talking to Liv. Talking to God. Looking up. So, can I insight to see if this is...
Make an insight check.
This sounds similar in nature.
Make it in nature or history. I'll let you pick. Or Arcana if you want, because it's... Well, I'll say history or Arcana!
Arcana?
Yeah, if you want Arcana, because it's kind of digging back through your... 13?
Oh, fuck you, game.
13?
That counts.
Maybe.
Damn, it's like...
I mean,
it's
he
like
said
leather.
he didn't hear about it
Yeah.
being successful, but he didn't hear about it failing either, so maybe? It could be.
Remember where this could have happened. In, like, a cardinal direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cardinal direction of where this could have happened. Well, let me
What
think.
continent maybe?
Closer to the ley lines, perhaps.
Well, a little bit, yes, I believe. Let me see. Somewhere, ooh. Where was that now?
Locked in the doorway so I can't run.
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was... As the DM goes back through notes trying to...
Oh, ignore what I
Yes,
sent then
Connor.
if you're looking for something. Okay.
It pops up. I don't think it was on this continent at all. Possibly. It was... Oh, goodness. What was it, 2 years ago? Thereabouts, I think. Something like that. I don't know the exact timeline, but I think it was about 2 years ago.
Oh, is that
That-
about right?
Does that timeline
What
match up with
does?
anything I know?
With anything
Right,
Bellum
yeah.
knows? No.
Okay.
Well, there is something.
Bellum doesn't know it.
No, I've certainly said how old Fractal was in character.
Oh,
3
he
times.
has said that he's 2 years old.
Yeah, he has.
Fractal's like,
Mhm.
It's
yeah,
gonna
full
roll
on,
and see
yeah,
if he-
full on Gendo Akari pose, just like, I see.
What? What have I said?
Nothing. It's definitely valuable information. Thank you for your time. I think this is very... Sutha, you have anything else? Sutha, do you have anything else? Yes.
Sit down.
I never moved.
You
I
look
stand up and
nervous.
give my chair.
Yes, what a
I
good
don't
Because
know.
the chairs were filled. Just
What are you not telling me, Warforged?
damn it, I'm out of my spells.
Nothing that is your business.
You know what? Fair. And you know what? Probably better I don't know than it can't be dangerous for me.
Yes. That is exactly my intent. Yes.
I'll give you this bit of counsel. Do your friends know?
We're friends. Yes.
My counsel
Yes.
is this. Either
Yeah.
make sure they know nothing, or make sure they know everything.
It's that memo window.
That's the only option to keep them safest. If you don't give them the full story, but they have pieces, it can be put together in the wrong order. If they know something, they may as well know everything. Or keep them in the dark, it's up to you. But that's my advice.
Is there any question?
Yes.
Could you perhaps point us in the direction of someone who's very interested in the occult? This one in particular.
I mean, the astrology and the archaeology professors both have some interest in that.
Oh my god.
Other than that, I would recommend going to possibly some sort of seminary, clerical school, someone that studies the occult. Or at least
Pyro,
studies
what do you
how
have
to
to say?
combat it.
Pyro, what do you have to say?
What?
Web?
You were gonna.
Frank just mutters under his breath. Just next time have a window. This would go faster.
No.
Looks. That's. So this has been a very productive talk, and I appreciate the candor. We should probably get going. He slowly starts standing up.
Big fellow. With the jaw of
Oh,
iron.
baby. What you want, old man?
You've been very quiet. Was there anything you needed to know?
Oh, I need to know nothing.
Works for me.
Anything that walks in front of me, be it from the outer planes, be it from town, be it from the dirt, I got a big old axe right on my back.
The best way to deal with such things, I've found. Excellent work. You'll do fine.
I mean, I'm still here, ain't I?
Exactly! Alright, you can all go. I was just curious if he had anything he wanted to ask. I'm not keeping you here.
Oh, this has been incredibly helpful. He looks at his party and wonders if he's done more damage than good.
Fractal refuses to look at him.
Oh, yes,
I'm
I'm
sure we
I've
got
caused
something
some
out
of
of it.
you irreparable mental strain. Unfortunately, I'm just like that.
I think they'll get over it.
If they don't, that's not up to me.
So slide up the door. This gonna start walking.
And I will
Thank you
be
for
right
the-
there next to him, and I will. Go
Fractal's
ahead,
going a little
go ahead,
faster.
Sutha. Wait, Fractal. What are you
Uh,
saying, Sutha?
Oh, just thank you for the time, and she's gonna walk out.
Stay safe.
Fractal dips. He's going.
As I go to the door, I am grabbing you. All right, so are we heading to the astrology professor next, or
No!
that deep
Sutha.
guttural sound?
Sutha looks to Bellum. Thank you for the interest, and thank you for. I mean, it's something, but until we get locations and known whereabouts, hopefully we can find it. But I thank you. But still, thank you for everything.
I'll
Yep,
keep an ear and an eye out.
Lots of rituals, lots of things to research. Gotta go. Bye-bye.
You know, there's another Warforged here, Fractal.
Yeah.
They're
What about it?
they might be able to help with your issues. They are the professor over general artifice. They might have some ideas and tips on how to, I don't know, restore certain
I have a
lost things.
perfectly fine idea on how to restore my ability.
I grab you
That-
by both shoulders and look at you. But will
Yes.
you come out the same? Will you
I
be
will come
safe
out.
through it?
Damn.
Yes, of course. I have complete
Insight check.
faith. I have
Insight
complete
check.
faith that my intellect will save me.
Damn it.
Yeah, you don't know.
Roll for it first. Hang on, I'm gonna roll one. 12.
Yeah, you don't know.
He is 100% that this is a dime a dozen type thing. That it's just gonna rejuvenate. Like it's like taking like a magic bath, except slightly radioactive.
Alrighty, let's go with you, and I'm gonna stick around here for a little bit. About how long does disguise self last?
Do
An
you
hour?
really want me to go talk to this?
No, it's not for
inferior
you.
mother?
It's not. It has nothing to do with you. I'm done with you. That sounded really harsh, but Connor is going to have Bellum walk around a corner as he's casting disguise self. I'm going to turn myself into looking like a regular college student, and I am going to find a seat and pull out a book and start copying my notes in view enough to where I can watch who goes in and out of the interplanar professor's office. I'm going to do so for the next 5 hours. The one free one and all 4 of my first levels, I will be spending recasting that. Just
Okay.
watching, I would like to try. I'm trying to see because we were pretty loud and boisterous. I don't know how muffled it was and what this guy's reaction is going to be. Bellum's tailing him, essentially, and his office.
You don't notice many people coming in. You gather he's kind of like a grad professor where he has like his certain students that come in and out, but like for the most part, people don't really go to his office hours.
Hmm.
And the people that go in, they just kind of leave the door open, and you can audibly hear them talking about like people's thesis statements and things like that.
Yeah.
Basic things. Every once in a while, he'll go to a class. He locks his office door like regular behind him when he goes to teach a
Good.
class. But he's
Can
not like
Bellum
looking
have-
around like, I need to lock my door.
I will change the disguise self every time I re-up it. I'm a new person, you know.
Uh-huh.
Like get up, pretend like I'm going to class, then find a corner, redo it, new person. I will, if his door is locked, I will try and also like follow him to the class,
Okay.
like full on trying to tail him at the moment.
All right.
Gauge his reactions, who he meets with. If he goes somewhere clearly restricted, I'm just gonna have to make a note of it.
He
I'm not gonna
doesn't
try
go
and.
anywhere clearly restricted, but make me a stealth check.
Okay. Is this counting the heavy armor? If so, I would have taken it off to help.
No. If you're taking, I mean, you would have taken it off.
If the
Anyway.
heavy armor would have thrown this, then I would have taken it off and just been chilling as normal.
I mean,
'Kay.
yeah, heavy armor would throw a stealth check, but I'm not mentioning it because I assume you take it off.
Yeah. And guidance is definitely gone at this point.
Yes.
16.
He kind of turns around and clocks you, but leaves it alone.
Does it seem like he recognizes that? Because I can go, I get to shrink a foot shorter too, so I'm not an absolutely
it doesn't
towering
seem like
figure.
it doesn't seem like he does.
Okay. Bellum specifically, if encountered, has come up with an entire fake backstory on who the student is, what they're studying, etc. Because that's the only way he knows to prepare. He knows he's not all that dexterous, but he can be smart.
Right.
So he'll try and play it off and just pretends like he doesn't notice the professor, spot him. If anything, he hopes he just goes, somebody new said it on my class.
Yeah.
Weird.
He does think it's weird.
Yep. I imagine, hopefully timing wise, that's about when at the end of the hours when I get done with this class and I go and become a new person.
Thereabouts, yeah.
So that, the same person who sat in doesn't see that. You get where I'm going with it.
I do.
Yeah. So that's what I spend the rest of my day doing until it's time for me to take my long rest.
All right, Sutha and Kagaz, where are you going? Kagaz, I'm working on
Oh,
prices for you.
I'll tell everybody. I'll whisper into Sutha's ear that I'm doing this too before I just disappear. And they're like, "Hey, where the fuck did he go?"
She'll just kind of whisper back at like the the transform bell and just be like, "Oh, he's gone." Very well. Stay safe.
Okay.
We're gonna at like the
Uh,
very beginning of it.
Oh yeah. It depends. I'm gonna drag Kagaz away outside of the city. Do you want to go ahead and do what Fractal wants to do real quick first?
Fractal, what do you
Hmm.
want to do?
Ah, Pyro's been pining. I know. So
No. What the hell are you talking about? Anyway. None in particular.
you're by yourself.
The thing
Yeah.
that you were looking to
Uh,
do that you needed 4 hours for, what was that?
I was just adding things to my spellbook.
Oh, okay.
Dribble, dribble.
So
Is
I
there
guess I'll
anything
I
else
guess
you
I'll have
wanted to do, or?
I can't leave the city, so I'll just go back to the inn and start scrawling in my book.
Okay.
Should I assume the 4 hours pass before something comes and fucks with me again?
Oh, you're fine. Nothing seems to fuck with you.
So I'll just I'll add the or I'll add Earthbind my book.
Okay.
It is a good spell. Light cuckery.
So, Sutha and Kagaz, what are you doing?
Uther's gonna lead Kagaz out of the city, into the woods, looking for a monster to fight.
Okay.
Boy. Well, weren't satisfied with the first time you beat my ass?
No, it's not gonna be me you're fighting. We're gonna
Huh?
be hunting we're gonna be hunting something, looking for something to fight out here in these woods.
Ah.
All right. Roll me a D100.
17.
Let's see what that is. Okay. All right. Ah, shoot, that's not where I meant to go. Where is the Grasslands map? For a random encounter in the Grasslands, I will put you all in this map so you can all see what's
What?
going on.
Not a new map? That's abhorrent.
No, this is by
Where did
random
this
encounters map.
giant
Where's this giant
Where's this-
foot at?
foot?
There is no foot. You guys can place yourselves wherever you would like on that map.
I
This
assume
would
probably
be-
coming in from the bottom left.
This would have been the time while Fractal and Bellum are busy. I'm assuming. Oh, you mean you guys, just them two? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tailing the professor,
Yeah.
and Fractal's
Yes.
doing his thing.
Yes.
You roll a secret
Sorry.
dice.
Had stupid moment. Can't forget me.
Oh, it's all. I have
You
those
roll
all
a
the time.
secret
Don't feel
dice for
bad.
secret things. Okay, that's
You
fair.
know, I'll get you a half orc and all, but I didn't take this to be your kind of entertainment.
Fractal wanted his alone time, and I haven't used my warhammer here for a little bit. She holds it up. Figure something can use a good bang.
Can't argue with that one. Might have been on purpose.
And coming from this way, about here, far north. Come on, get on there. Thank you.
Centaurs, huh?
That's what you rolled. Scoot. There you go. All right. If you all can go ahead and roll me some initiative.
Initiative.
I'll remember these
Grab some
things.
music.
I like the way they die. Let's get this going.
D&D battle
do it.
music.
Do you want me to give you some? Or
Nah, I found some.
Tattoo Studio Joe
Yeah, real quick.
I think I gave everybody access to the playlist of songs that I use.
That's right. Play.
Just make sure to do the video itself rather than in the playlist.
Right. I didn't have
Because
anything in
it'll
mind,
mess
so this
up
is
and
just a
add the whole
random.
playlist.
All right. Let me roll for the centaurs. Pull up their little thing and close. Initiative! Alright, cool. Sword. Kagas! You got 3 big boys.
Do they see us, I imagine?
You gather that at least the one in the lead does. The other 2 might not have noticed you yet, but the one in the lead does.
Right. With aggressive, I got a max of 60.
Nice.
Gonna stroll right up here,
Very nice.
have Thunder's roar on his shoulder. Hey, horseman! I think I got a problem right here for you. As he spins his axe,
Very nice.
and he's just gonna ready his action to clobber the next person to come next to him that isn't Sutha.
Fair enough. It is the centaur's turn. They, seeing you, large, beefy, wow, their plus to hit is shit. Oh well. Such is life when you are a random encounter monster that I didn't care to beef up because
Hey, I ain't Groot.
it's a random encounter monster. I rolled, listen, it's 1d8 plus 1, and I rolled a 2 on the d8, so that's 3. Ooh! Well, at least 1 will do that. Maybe. Let's see. Measure out some distance here. No, it can't get to you. Fuck.
Could I have bought that thing I messaged you about earlier?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. No, they're gonna stay back and just shoot at you with longbows because they can't get close enough. Oh, wait. Hold on. That is a reach of 10 feet? Wait.
They probably do have like long spears.
Ooh! Yeah, they have a pike, so it can definitely get to you. So this one's gonna get to you. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Boop. Pike! No.
With
No,
he
yeah,
just
that's-
sidesteps it.
Yeah. And it can't reach you with its hooves because those have a 5-foot reach. The other 2 are going to try and shoot at you with their longbows. This is for the one on the left. They each get 2 attacks with their longbows, so no. They believe that one hits.
Roll that damage.
7. Then this
7.
is for the one on the right. I believe only the 23, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5.
I gotta use my reaction.
Go ahead.
Fucking do it.
They each got 1 hit on you, so.
Gonna catch that second arrow
Oh,
right
yeah.
before it impacts. Just toss the arrow. Come on! Put a little more pull into that string!
Beautiful. Gotta love it. Alright, that's their turn. Sutha.
All right. 30 feet. Get right up here. Yeah, that's right. Action bless on herself and Kagaz.
Hashtag blessed.
All right. I think that's it for. Is that an action or a bonus action? Okay, it's an action. Which ones do I have prepared? That'll be it.
Alright. Kagaz.
Let me show you the art of melee combat, boy.
Do it.
Do it.
My last giant's might.
Big.
Thunder's roar. Oh,
Uh,
13 probably.
yeah, that hits.
No.
Actually, yeah,
13?
it does. AC of 12.
Man,
Right,
Nice.
so that is
it's 27.
7. Very nice. Oh wait, do it this way. Perfect. Yeah, 'cause then that
Another
doesn't
one.
carry on to the other two. Excellent.
Another one.
Another one. That very
Ignore the
nice.
2 damage. So it's 31.
That one's dead. Random encounter monsters, guys.
Take that lesson to the afterlife, you get. Can't use aggressive because I use Giant's Might. So 30 feet. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright, well, this one definitely can get to you. 50 feet of movement, and then it's now.
Does he truly want to?
Yeah. Intelligence of 9. And you killed their friend. It yells at you in Elvish before making an attack with its pike. No, whiff with the pike. Come on, hooves. No, Jesus. This one's
He's
gonna
gonna
stay
block the
back here.
pike with his fist. Just
This one's gonna stay back here and again with the longbow. No. Damn, I'm rolling for shit. Alright. Sutha.
All right, action dash. Get right up here. And that's it.
Alright. Kages, you got a guy in your face.
you know exactly what's happening.
Do it.
Bonk.
Just hits. Yeah, thank you, bless. Alright, that's 24.
Yep.
Nice.
Very
Another-
nice hit. Very nice hit, Kagas.
Ha! Watch this next one.
Also just hits. Damn. Yep, that one's dead too.
Gonna tear off the humanoid part from the horse part, right?
Yeet. Rip.
Now he's what? Half the man he was?
I think he's none of the man he was.
And I have aggressive since still have bonus action.
Yep. Get in there.
End of the turn.
End of the turn. Alright, if you're right up in its space, it's gonna go down fighting. Pike attack. No. Hooves attack. No. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of that sheet. Because it's not gonna survive. Sutha!
All right.
Kill it!
Actually, I'm gonna use the stone rune on it. Wisdom
Do it.
save.
Wisdom save. Oh shit, I closed the sheet. That's okay. I will open it back up. No.
Incapacitated.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
And 0 movement.
Action to dash. That's it.
Alright, Kagaz, take it out.
With advantage.
So
Ah,
much
Axe
advantage.
is back on his back. Bonk.
Yeah. Plus 11.
He just puts the axe on his back. Hold on. You got a nice shot on me earlier. Bonk. Bonk.
Yeah. Still up, but it's
Action?
bloodied.
Action surge.
I could. Yeah, he's gonna action surge. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Yep.
Bonk. He just gave him the fucking wombo combo.
It is
Rocked his shit.
so rough, and he's just swaying back and forth. Incapacitated.
He's gonna give
and
him the
dazed.
good old 1-2 twice over, and then he's gonna step back and he's like, Be rude not to leave something for the lady.
Centaur.
It can make its
incapacitate.
final wisdom save.
No.
Fails still.
Come on, Sutha, kill it.
There may have also been other ulterior motives for coming out here, but I appreciate the gesture, Kagaz.
Oh,
All right.
just hits. Yes.
Well,
Anything else?
And that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
does it not die?
So close, man.
He's just gonna step back and lean against this tree. Or this whatever.
Oh, you bastard, you bitch.
What? I wanna see how that warhammer works, eh?
Nope. Come on, Sutha, kill it. You can do it. It's in single digits.
All right.
Just right here on the side of the head.
Sutha.
Donk.
Sutha the
That'll do it.
half-light. How would you like to do this?
Given Kagaz's gesture, and seeing his kind of his demeanor over there against the rock, or I assume he's just sitting, kind of being, yeah. She's like, all right, raises it above her head, just very quick tap, right on the head.
It just collapses. Very dead.
And their plain striding days are over.
Also, Kagaz, I need your help with something.
Oh. Well, was this to like win me over or something? Because you could have just asked.
No, I need you to help me gather the bones.
Oh,
Oh. 45.
I
Oh, it
suppose.
had 5 health left.
okay, that's what I was asking.
I realized that later.
Yeah.
These things
So,
are a
last
little
Kagaz-
hefty.
We should be able to carry him back, hopefully. So what would the bone weight be for Centaur?
You'd have to go
Half a human and most of a
horses.
horse.
Yeah. So about 10 pounds from the human and a horse skeleton. I'm about to be on a different kind of watch list. Peter's going to be knocking on my door.
Horse skeletons make up 40% of its body weight.
So about
Talk about big
about
bone.
52 pounds.
Yeah, that's big.
I'm just gonna say around 350 pounds.
If we split it between us, is that for one?
Yes.
For one, yeah.
It's about, I'd say since it doesn't have its head, it's about 320 pounds per,
Yeah.
and then 10 pounds from a human skeleton. So 330 per centaur.
330 centaur. I like that. That's good.
I think we suspend a few minutes or however long it takes to, or just go get a cart and go grab the rest. Put them to the side and then go grab and bring them back.
Yeah, if you wanted to collect bones, I would have suggested a cart.
That was on my end. Sometimes I make stupid mistakes. But anyways, let's go grab that cart.
Yeah, ain't judging. I got to kill some things.
Lapse of judgment. But it was fun just getting out, getting some exercise. Anyway, let's head on back. And then we'll grab the cart and grab the bones. Bring it back.
All right. Easy enough. You have the bones that you were looking for.
Combat music?
All right. What would you like to do with the bones?
Find someone to bring back to Fractal. Maybe put them in bags or something, or try to find some way to get them back. Maybe get some down, crush them or something. I don't know. See what he can do with them.
All right. Fractal.
live. This next thing is going to depend on you on how you think about rules.
Uh-huh.
Those are animal bones.
Yep.
At least half of them.
Half of
I
them.
can't use those
At all?
legally by the book. I cannot. There are no necromancy spells that let you use anything other than humanoid.
I'll do some research into it.
There are none.
I know. I'll do some research into like people that have looked at other shit.
I think she's contacting the Elder One.
That's what. What do you think?
I'm saying he's
after this
probably
game?
already looked at every necromancy spell, is what we're getting
Yeah,
with.
and
She is going
I've
to.
even asked in chat and gotten like, well, you'd have to home or something or like a special
Yeah.
item. Like, yeah.
That's
So
what
that's
I'm
been
saying
working
is
for him.
she probably said she's going to
Yeah.
look into stuff people have
Yeah.
already done to allow
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Rather than me figuring out shit.
Yes.
Skeleton horse mounts. Do we still have our horses somewhere?
Probably in one of these stables outside.
Stables. Yeah.
What?
Tied
We're,
up.
well, we're gonna need like another 2 or something. Maybe like a cart, like a whole ass cart.
The carriage or a
Yeah.
car?
Yeah, like a carriage, maybe with like a couple coffins or something in the back. You know, like a corpse cart. Hello. I am Fractal Kemmler, and I approve this message. Anna Kemmler.
Are you sure you're not from Barovia?
Pick a card. Take my reference.
You happen to know any, let's say, nobles who are obsessed with their brother's wife, perhaps willing to commit cannibalism?
Now, define cannibalism, because there's so many races out here. It's like dwarves, like a third elf, and you know what I mean.
All right,
Ooh.
let's Dino Strahd, get him!
Okay.
Also,
hold on.
God, have you looked into the price of getting
Yes, I'm
a
working.
wizard to do something?
I am working on it. Yes, sorry.
Okay. I just asking. No rush.
Definitely possible. I just need to. Oh, that's right. I was looking at it and then my PDF reader crapped out. Jesus. And it's still crapped out. Fuck you. To open it through a different thing then. Fine. Open with. Annoying. To reinstall that then. Fuck. Because I know it's in, like, the rules for enchanting and stuff is in Xanathar's, so. Where is it?
My God, this is so stupid. Hang on.
You got the what?
Don't mind me. Just gonna go to memes real quick.
You're always doing memes.
No, you don't understand.
What?
Have Shane roll 2d10. Would be funny.
It actually sounds okay. What the fuck? No, my main should listen to this and just a moment.
Tool descriptions.
Jeez.
Where are the downtime activities?
Scam
Hey.
kids out of their quarters. Time for jawbreakers, goddammit.
Magic items, thank you.
I want Fractal so bad to have undead centaur skeletons. It'd be fucking amazing.
It's a third.
You can only reanimate the humanoid half. The rest of it,
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no
I
necromancy spells that do that.
I was joking more like paraplegic centaurs, but I guess the joke didn't land.
It's about.
it
I'd say
didn't
it's-
have any legs to stand on, Connor.
Fuck it. It's about gold to
There.
get it enchanted. What was I looking for? Oh, I'll message it to you because people are being loud. Okay. Then what am I looking at next? The Monsters Manual, I believe.
Dear God, I have got to use the bathroom again.
Go use the bathroom then.
Are we running much longer?
No, I'm just looking up something.
Okay.
Ha. You know what? I'll fucking allow it. When Pyro gets back, I'll tell him.
All right.
Something I found that, you know what? I'm gonna let it work, because it's honestly not overpowered. I think. I don't think it's overpowered, and it's my world.
Exactly. You are God.
I am God. All of them. Okay, was there anything anyone else wanted to do while Pyro's going to the bathroom?
Did Bellum get any more information or anything else aside from the usual comings and goings out of the professor's thing?
No, not really. He seems to be very much, he's someone that does his job, and he happens to pick up on rumors because of some of the things that, like, people just kind of forget he's there and they say things around him, or like he hangs out at taverns and places where he picks things up. But it's less of like he's involved in secret channels that give him secret information, and more of just he hears things.
And we need Ned.
No.
We need our secrets guy.
I know. Tragic.
Where's the Inquisitor? Oh wait, you never expect the
We miss you,
Inquisition.
Norvin, but it's okay. You
Real
always have
quick
the right to
question,
not play.
everybody. I want your opinions. Out of the creature types that you'd usually end up fighting, so like aberrations, celestials, constructs, dragons,
Mhm.
and all the other ones, which ones would you say are more threatening?
I mean, see, not all are
most
created
threatening?
equal. I mean,
Like threatening isn't like. Just...
well, technically, if you wanted to say it, I'm pretty sure Tarrasques are monstrosities, so you could say that. But on an average,
Anything with innate spellcasting like abilities, because that can really fuck you up. Maybe like aberrations or it varies.
I'd say
Depending on
demons.
your-
Then the demon fiends, devils specifically, and
I go
demons
with
usually have innate
devils because then
spellcasting.
I go with devils because then there's also the allowance of being smart.
Most devils have at least magic resistance, innate spellcasting, and superior dark vision.
Have I got a devil
So-
for you? Resistant or immune to both fire and ice.
Yeah,
Fucks with a sorcerers who specialize in fire and ice.
yeah. So like, I'd say fiends, specifically devils, would be the most dangerous.
So far, I've thought aberrations, monstrosities, and either fiends or dragons.
If you wanted to compare like an ancient dragon to a pit fiend,
I'm
probably-
saying like for this campaign, not just in general.
oh,
Yeah,
oh, are you making Kages's hit list?
something.
Well, I was
like
asking if it was for your game. Okay.
Oh no, it's for this game. That's why I wanted to ask you guys while we're all here.
Dangerous to us? I would say strong AoE shit. Like, definitely.
Aren't there a few devils that can cast heat metal at will? That's my biggest fear.
I mean,
Oh, really?
Yes, that my armor suddenly catches flame.
Can't avoid heat metal.
Yeah.
Definitely for us, I would say Beholder because we all rely on magical effects.
Oh god, it's a hold of
Beholder's a magic aberration, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, aberration.
like a Beholder
All right.
Thank you, party, for giving me your
me.
biggest fears on a play.
Yeah, a Beholder would would cripple me. It would cripple Sutha. It would cripple
Yep.
most of Kagaz's magical toolkit. It would just turn Bellum into a statue.
Yeah, because I couldn't doff my armor as an action anymore.
Honestly, Ned might have the best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ned would be fine.
Well, except that a beholder can just see you all the way around, so stealth attacks would just be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a beholder is our greatest weakness right now.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah,
They're also CR13, so hopefully we got a minute before we see one.
looks at Aboleth.
Fuck you.
She'll be fine.
I've always thought the CR system was bong.
Oh.
Also,
Okay, I will do my best to remember that. I'm gonna pin that message.
anyway,
No. Something
so you
good
guys
for you
know.
guys.
yeah, something good for you guys. So you saw that Kage has grabbed an arrow out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I bought gloves on missile snaring, and you guys also see that on his hip, for his belt, he has 3 different hooded lanterns that are always down. So they're always hooded. Like, he has them only giving the dim light.
Nice.
Curious.
Interesting.
If you want
So-
those to have,
Oh, sorry.
I already paid for someone to put continual flame in them.
I can do that.
Too late.
Oh, you
Uses
can?
bombs against darkness.
Oh, well.
Yeah, good spell to use against darkness.
Depends.
See,
If you
Continual
just
flame
like
at
that-
3rd level.
Yeah,
I only
Yeah,
have
that's right.
seconds
He
unless
did
we
say third
leveled
level
up.
specifically. He did say third level for reasons.
Okay.
yeah.
I was
if
gonna
you have
say-
anything with innate spellcasting, because innate, it's pretty much always at second level.
It's always,
I think.
yeah, always 2nd
Always
level.
at second. Yeah.
Because
Yo.
yesterday, Zonkiri fucked over a Dragoloth with it. Because it had
Really?
Yeah, he did. He
No.
3rd leveled his continual flame in a bullseye lantern, and the Dragoloth
Nice.
tried to creep up on us with the darkness, and he flashbanged him with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I almost died 4 times.
Yeah, after they fought a Dragoloth, 2 Ropers appeared.
Oh,
The
Uh,
Ropers were more
yeah, it was
dangerous
bad.
than the Dragoloth.
Because
Yeah.
of
So
the
much more
500-foot
dangerous.
chasm.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that episode.
It was a very
Yeah.
good episode.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Adventures in Excordia, airing
So-
every Saturday, 7:30, 6:30 Central.
We here at
Does
Dice-aster,
not
and
air
we
at
do not
those times.
condone this blatant ad reading by our resident whore. However, we are very based and very wholesome.
So
I've watched a bunch of the other episodes. I know.
while
Oh
he's
my
server muted. um
We have Care Bears and Aboleths and
So while he's backstage, so Fractal, do you
Yeah.
think once they brought you the centaur bones, you would have experimented on them at all?
oh yes,
Perhaps with
definitely.
any new material you received.
Oh, I already know what I'm doing with the 1 pound of necrot I have.
Necrotite?
Necrotite.
Fuck you.
What are you doing with it?
Dead metal. Yes.
No.
I am going to get them. This is going to sound objectively stupid. So hear me out.
I'm listening.
You just described my entire existence.
I am perfection. Therefore, any skeletons that I have under me must also be perfection. These are made of filthy bones and all. So, hypothetically, if we could just get these things, let's call it grafted together with some, maybe dipped in some metal. I don't know, and then perhaps make some gems type things, like you know, like a little like gem stud, kind of like about the size of your thumbnail, maybe.
Like bedazzling?
Oh dear God.
Get like a cast of that of like that size of necrotite, and hypothetically, like on these now metal clad skeletons, if I perhaps embedded these gems in their foreheads that do anything funny. Like this is something I'm going to do like out in the road, or once I can get
So here's the
someone
thing.
who
So
won't.
here's the thing. Necrotite has a very specific function. That-
May I find out that function
Do
before
you
I
have
call
identify?
it?
Do you have identify?
It's a good question. I remember someone had identify. Or it was either me.
God damn
I
it, it
do
was-
have identify. Yes.
Yes, I specifically made you have the pearl so we
There
could
you
get
go.
free
So you
identify.
have identify. Would you like to cast
Yeah.
identify?
I sure would, God.
So, the specific properties, the actual magical thing that Necrotite does, is it provides a bonus to the damage of necromancy spells equal to your proficiency bonus. Or, well, no, it's additionally. It provides a +2 bonus to the spell save of necromancy spells cast by the wielder. So if you were to use it in a component of a summoning spell, it would plus your DC by 2 and plus their damage by 2. I will give you above board. You want to use that with the centaur bones because it might make something happen that you want to happen.
Right. Well, give me your necrotite. I need
Oh,
it. I need
I'm
it.
afraid that's locked behind you, including me in your fucking plans, bitch.
Where did you learn
What the fuck is your deal with getting in my room?
What is
Don't
your
you
damage,
fucking hit-
Bellum?
You
Don't
just got.
don't
you
you
just
fucking
got-
hippies have any idea what fucking like personal space is?
You
No.
disguise self as a lamp.
Yeah.
Do you know how often I'm just tailed by Sutha? You think I don't want? I just want to sit in my room and play Minecraft.
Get out! I'm playing Minecraft.
I'm playing Minecraft.
Jesus, Shane.
You
There's some
joke.
mechanical things there. I think I can help.
Well, Pyro, you could also try using that pound of necrotite that you have from your stuff first.
Do I use this to make dead snuff? Or reagent? I don't know if a pound is enough. Those things weigh like a fuck ton.
A pound
Also,
will be enough.
We're in the town. Those won't go in the bag of holding.
What's the worst that could happen?
We're on Pelor's continent!
Do you want to maybe like go out to the stables or something? In
Not
the
the
dead of
stables either.
night?
No, because I imagine this is gonna be like lots of glowing shit, so we're gonna go out of town.
The stables are out of town. They're outside the walls.
That's still too close to the archers.
By the way, are we leaving town when they get back? If so, that makes it very easy.
I'd
Did
like-
we decide? Did we decide where we're going next?
Plata's on our radar, and I don't have anything else in town to do.
Yeah, go to
Okay.
Plata. Because
If
apparently
you ain't interested in all them cats, then sure, let's go to that ruins.
what about cats?
The
Oh, did we get
necromancy-
paid for the? Did we get paid for the blacksmith job?
No.
You didn't.
Well,
take it from
someone
anyone.
buys the head. Someone buys the head off of Kagaz. Yeah.
Do they?
Did we do that pro bono?
We were at the college who you said you'd sell them to. Did you stop in and say, "Oi,
No, it was-
biology
no,
professor"?
The mayor is talking to the college, so you gather that maybe something by tomorrow would happen.
No, I wanted to leave the skull or the head in there so that I could stare at the mayor the whole time.
That too.
Neat.
It's also stared at.
Because anything to torment a dagger ears.
I
Tracks.
randomly rolled that she was an elf. You're awful.
I hope we reincarnate you and you come back as an elf.
Instant suicide.
Do it again.
Again,
Do it again! I ain't care about the price!
Now you're
Instant
thinking like
seppuku.
Thanos. Now you're
No.
thinking like Thanos.
I just imagine the druids going, "No, you have to look at your plan."
Imagine resurrecting Kagaz, or reincarnating Kagaz, he comes back up, doesn't have the accent. Absolutely disgusting.
Hello. What's
No.
happened?
Reincarnate me again. I don't like this.
Kill it.
You
It's-
absolutely
it's-
despicable
no.
git.
If there's a fucking elvish accent, he will cut out his own vocal cords instantly.
Kill me with fire.
Give me the knife. Give me the knife.
Give me the knife.
I could technically bring you back without reincarnation, but you said I wasn't allowed to.
Would you like to figure out what the necrotite will do with the centaur bones and erase whatever your anime dead spell is?
Yes.
Would you like to just say that you go somewhere wherever you feel safe and do it?
Yeah, I'll go outside of town.
Fair enough.
I can make my own little hut. I can go like away.
You can make your own little hut, and you do.
Mhm.
And you cast. What is your basic like animate dead spell? Just animate dead.
If it beats there you go.
Animate dead. Yeah, there.
My last third level spells.
Yep. So, as you expend the spell slot, at first you feel like it's not going to work, but then the necrotite seems to respond. It almost shimmers and gives off this vague blue fluorescent mist that seeps into the centaur bones that you have arranged. And they begin to shift
0,
and
1,
move
0, 1,
and
0,
rise.
0.
And you now have, under your control,
Sure.
a warhorse skeleton.
Ooh.
There's some oddly human-looking bones in there, but that'll do.
It's
Where'd the
fine.
horse skull come from?
Warped.
It's a warhorse skeleton with a human head.
Awful.
Even
Please
better.
give it the horse head
Oh,
again.
That's a great
No.
image. Oh,
Please,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was a fool. Please.
Suffer for your sins.
There is no horse
What?
head to go with it. I don't know where you want the horse head to go, but there is no horse head.
Arts and crafts.
oh god, what have we done?
Nay, we shan't do that, necromancer.
Now, technically, you could make some semblance of a horse head with the ribs out of the out of the human.
It's very true. It
Just
is
have it
not
be
in your player
headless.
tools.
Just let it be headless.
No. That's
No.
up
No.
To, that's up to
Denied.
Fractal. That's up to Fractal.
No.
And I
Oh,
think
God,
with
he's-
that necromantic achievement, that's where we're gonna end tonight's
Now,
episode.
question: does this count towards my like? I have to use Animate Dead to reassert control.
Unfortunately, yes. But you don't have to
That's
use
fi-
the necrotite every
that's fine.
time.
That's
you do have
fine.
to expend a slot like normal, but you don't have to expend necrotite every time.
All
Just
right,
the
so if I have
once.
to make another one of these irregular undead, I do need more necrotite then.
Yes. But I figured
All right.
there's already a stat block
I'll leave it over now.
for a skeletal horse.
Quick, let's go find a minotaur.
This will work. There's a stat block for that too. I will allow it. So that's where we're gonna pick up next time, but
By the
not
way,
next week
here you go.
because I will be out of the country for
Oh.
3 games. Sorry, but after that I should.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Still, good game. Thank you for running.
Thanks. See y'all later.
GG.
Bye.
Bye.